Hey, what it is, Duke City. You're listening to Dave and Buster's Presents Two Men On, and we are live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. Well, thank you, buddy.
Missed you, Mike.
The voice you hear right there, the man behind the glass on the ones and twos, super producer Michael Vital, who I missed so dearly last week. Oh, my goodness. There was a hole in my heart, Michael Vital sized. Well, we're going to go hard on the Super Bowl all day today. 505-246-0610. We want to get your hot takes that we missed out on last week because we were so busy to take your calls. There's just no way that we could do it, Albuquerque, and we just send our heartfelt apologies that we couldn't get to you. But there's a bazillion Christmas songs, and there's only one song about the boys being back in town, and the boys are back in town. It's a Fredless Tuesday as he is on assignment in beautiful and historic Las Vegas, New Mexico. So lucky for me, I got the best in the biz, Robert Buck D. Gibson, sitting across from me. You get your sea legs back yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
No. It'll probably come back tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening.
Well, we'll get to that later. I want to just jump into it.
Let's get it.
Let's go football. Let's go first impressions. After the game, Robert, what stood out to you the most from the football game? Play on the field.
Aaron Donald was really the MVP.
That's the one, right?
That's the one for me. That guy was everywhere. And just his intensity, the way he played, the way he rallied the team. The most important play of the game, it was Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald was the man, the beast to me.
And not only just for his stat line,
right?
Because he did way more for that defense than his stat line shows.
Yeah.
He still had 2 sacks. He still had a handful of tackles. He still had a couple pass deflections. But what he did is he took away 2 offensive linemen every single play of that game.
Every game.
I can go back and analyze the tape a little more, but I didn't notice a single play that Aaron Donald wasn't double teamed.
And it wasn't just the pass plays. Run game, everything. It was just a complete dominant game for him. And like you said, it didn't show up in the numbers and the stats. But if you watch that game, or if you rewatch the game and you just focus on what Aaron Donald was doing, he was doing a hell of a lot.
And not just on the field, on the sidelines too.
Yes.
They kept cutting back to him on the sidelines, rallying the troops, calling people out on bad plays, calling his secondary out on bad reads.
Yeah.
He was the leader that kept that team together when they were behind chasing the Bengals.
No disrespect to Cooper Kupp at all, though.
He had a great game.
No disrespect, because that last drive, he showed us what he's been about the entire year. Because he went into that last drive with 4 catches. For them to hold Cooper Kupp to 4 catches, little more than 50, 60 yards for the entire game, was great. But for him to say, you know what, put him on my back, Odell's out, let's go get it.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, Robert Woods got hurt way earlier in the year, and he wasn't able to take people off. So just like Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp was double-teamed most of the game. And if he wasn't double-teamed, they definitely had a spy on him, whether it be the outside linebacker or one of the safeties. So you could make a good case for Cooper Kupp. The Bengals defense kept him relatively in check before that last long drive by the Rams.
Yes.
Like you said, you only had 4 catches, 52 yards before that last drive. But on that last drive, he had another 4 catches.
Yeah.
And another 40 yards and some change. But more importantly, the touchdown to go ahead.
Same question for you, though. What was the one takeaway from the game?
The one takeaway from the game was the Bengals would have dominated that game if they had a legit offensive line.
Oh, my gosh. Agreed.
The Bengals had the running game going. The Bengals receivers were open all the time. Like even the very last play of the game,
yes,
where your MVP, Aaron Donald, got to Joe Burrow, pulled him to the ground. Joe Burrow had 2 wide receivers wide open on that last play, including Jamar Chase completely wide open down the sideline for a no doubt touchdown.
Untouched.
And football fan and Super Bowl fan and viewers of the game, if you didn't see that last play, find it on the Googles. It's available everywhere. Jamar Chase faked his defender out of his cleats.
That was Jalen Ramsey once again.
He was on the ground.
Yeah.
He was on the turf. And Chase was just old number one,
man,
in the black and orange, streaking down the sideline all by himself. But the Bengals offensive line couldn't do anything.
Can you imagine if he completed that pass?
And kept it going.
Yes.
That Favrean miracle pass to Pirine, that would have been amazing. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
If they make that play, they obviously go down and win, right?
Have to.
You can't let your team down after that miracle of a play.
That's one of those momentum plays where you're like, we got something special. There's nothing going to stop us.
And let's go back to the Aaron Donald for MVP conversation, and we could revisit this all game. I mean, we got so much to talk about today on 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. But we're hitting Super Bowl hard. We're hitting Super Bowl week hard. We're hitting the halftime show hard. And we're going to be opening up the phone lines to you all show, Albuquerque, 505-246-0610. We're so happy to have friend of the show, KOB TV's very own Brandon Ortega, coming on at 4:30 to talk Lobos and to talk Super Bowl. And we got voice of the Lobos, Rob Portnoy, coming on in the 5 o'clock hour at 5:15 to talk Lobos and to talk Super Bowl. But Aaron Donald for MVP is a compelling case because it's not just those 2 sacks, because Von Miller had 2 sacks too. I mean, as many times as Joe Burrow was on his back, everybody got a sack.
I was going to say, I think me, you, and Fred were the only people that didn't get a sack.
You're right. I think Oprah was the defensive coordinator. You get a sack, and you get a sack, and you get a sack.
Yeah.
That is correct. An all-time, you witnessed history.
Yeah. But you kind of knew that was coming.
Sure.
You knew it was coming.
Sure. He beat the Titans with 9 sacks.
But for that game to be in their favor for the amount of time that it was, for as many times as he was getting sacked, was insane.
Hey, we keep segueing away from it, but you do make a compelling argument for Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Because it's the attention that he took away.
Oh, my goodness.
The attention that he took away from the lineman freed up a linebacker to rush, freed up an extra player from the secondary for a spy on Cooper Kupp.
Right.
I mean, he dominated that line of scrimmage.
They were putting 2 linemen, and they were chipping him with the running back.
That's right. I mean,
crazy.
and the push he was getting.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at the Cooper Kupp
Not at all.
MVP awarding because he got 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, in just the same way that Aaron Donald took away 2 offensive linemen, Cooper Kupp took away 2 defensive players. But I mean, they just had so much pressure, he couldn't do enough with it. But that last drive, they were looking for Cooper Kupp every step of the way.
Yeah, that was McVay saying, this is the best player on the offense. I'm making sure he gets the ball every single time.
You have to have the best player on the field with the ball in their hands.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they did on the last drive. And it makes you think, why weren't they doing this all game? When the second Odell Beckham Jr. went down, it's like, why don't you just do this all game?
Feed him.
Give him 20 targets.
Well, those other receivers from the Rams, I don't know what they've been doing. Did they even practice? They were dropping balls, running half routes. They looked very JV. Yep. Well, like you said, Mike, they had to do that because the running game was nothing all game. Nothing. Yep.
I think there's probably like a Bengals fan in the SoFi Stadium payroll, and I think they switched out the Rams receivers pine tar with baby oil because there were some obvious catches that, like the one that went off. I'm going blank. Not Cup, not Jefferson, not OBJ. Their other guy that bounced off of his hands right into the hands of the Bengals.
Right after halftime.
That wasn't Stafford's fault.
No.
That interception in the end zone, that was Stafford's fault.
Right.
That was a bad ball.
Mm-hmm.
Stafford gets that ball up higher. That's a touchdown. And we're not having the same conversation.
I'm not going to lie. I was like, uh-oh, here comes Detroit Stafford.
We're going to – exactly. I mean, it seemed like there was a moment that Detroit Stafford played like 3 or 4 drives in a row.
Yep.
And like, uh-oh. We're talking Super Bowl all day. A couple quick hitters with the NBA, a couple quick hitters with the MLB lockout, a couple quick hitters with the Lobos. But we're talking football. We're talking Super Bowl LVI, which I think, if I did the math right, is 56. Now that it's over, I think I got it right.
You got it.
I got it right.
You finally
okay.
You
awesome.
carried the one.
You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Brought to you by Ski Santa Fe. With a base elevation of 10,350 feet, Ski Santa Fe is the launching point for an experience you won't forget with a variety of runs for everybody. Take a short drive to ski and ride the freshly groomed snow and enjoy the live music every weekend. Visit skisantafe.com to purchase lift tickets, lessons, and rentals. Well, we're starting to see some slow spots out there this afternoon. Both directions of scores at the field moving slow. Also slow down this afternoon. Southbound I-25 between those Cena and Montgomery. And northbound I-25 from Gibson to the Lowman through the free throw as well.
Is your credit card paying you? The Independence credit card from Kirtland Federal Credit Union offers 1.5% unlimited cash back. Learn more at kirtlandfc.org/credit cards. Must use cashback program at time of application. Subject to credit approval, membership eligibility requirements.
So more game recap stuff.
Yeah.
And that'll lead us into Brandon. We need a hard out 25-26 to make sure we got a whole segment with Brandon at 4:30. So make sure you're poking me and I don't ramble. Thanks, sir.
NBC only audience 99.2 million. You add in Telemundo and the rest of the streaming service 112.3 million, up 14% from last year. Oh, check this out. Cincinnati ranked number 1 among local market ratings for the Super Bowl, coming in at 46.1. Not in the top 10 was Los Angeles, which recorded a 36.7.
So pathetic. That is so pathetic.
First time Telemundo was able to broadcast the game. First ever Spanish language broadcast network to go to the Super Bowl.
Bedroom. Oh, rugs, accessories, whatever. You got it, Steph. And for a limited time, you also get a 60-month finance.
So top of the hour, 4, 5, and 6, we're coming in hot on Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think 4:45 we'll do ratings.
Okay.
And then we got to hit Super Bowl right after Rob. And then 5:45 we could do like MLB lockout or NBA. We could switch those two. Maybe 6:15 again, MLB lockout or NBA. And then we got one open at 6:30 for something else that's not Super Bowl. Definitely one of them is going to be our experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think 6 o'clock should be our experience, and 5 should be hot takes on the game again.
Yeah.
Apply to UNM at apply.unm.edu.
Taco Bell presents a get out of bedtime story. It's time to wake up from this amazing dream, even though you're jet skiing.
6:30, I gotta go over here to run the Lobo Women's basketball game. Jeff St. Louis is gonna come over here and finish that last.
Cool. Do you have like a audio clip, Rams or Super Bowl champions?
Yeah, I don't have that, but I have the Cooper Cup touchdown.
To go ahead. Let's do that one right now, and probably also 5 o'clock. Okay.
And now a small business setback is assessed by a beloved family pediatrician.
Oh, hey, Tiger.
Yeah, show notes from the big guy, Jared's boss, Nationwide Corporate, the guy that we met.
When owning a small business gets paid,
Mikey's, we got saying Mike's hot.
you got a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Candy drawer. Who let the lollipop?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates covered subject to policy terms and conditions. Total claims not available in all states or situations.
The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Boss. Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Fix it if it's not broken. Wait, that's not the question.
Welcome back, Albuquerque. The boys are back in town, and we are live from studio here at KNML 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Two Men On would not be here without our partners and sponsors, and we cannot thank them enough. Special shout out to New Mexico Pinon Coffee. We love everything they do in the community, and I was so excited this morning that I got some New Mexico Pinon Coffee back in my system.
Did it bounce you back?
Felt like home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like home. Like I knew I was back. So next year when we go to Phoenix, the next Super Bowl, we got to bring some New Mexico Pinon with us.
Most definitely.
Because that trash concessions coffee at the LA Convention Center wasn't doing it for me. There wasn't enough cream and sugar to make that sludge tolerable.
It wasn't too much of anything, to be honest.
We also start our days at the YMCA, and that is what I'm doing first thing tomorrow, because today I had to sleep in because we were ran absolutely ragged all week, and I needed to catch up on some sleep. But enough about us. You're listening to Dave and Buster's Presents Two Men On. I am Van Nunley. Across from me is Robert Buck D. Gibson, and behind the glass is Michael Vital. Have a year, Cooper Cup.
Man.
Receiver, Triple Crown, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. Where does this rank all time? Well, let me give you a quick little fun fact before we start talking Cooper Cup.
Okay.
Only one other one other receiver has won the Triple Crown, been the Offensive Player of the Year, won a Super Bowl, and been Super Bowl MVP. And that is Jerry Rice. And it took Jerry Rice his whole career to do what Cooper Cup did this season. One season.
That's all I need to hear.
Have a year, buddy.
That's all I need to hear.
There's nothing. I mean, what is he going to do next year to top what he did this year? There's nothing you could do. This is what I did earlier in my life. I just peaked too early, and it's all been downhill for me. That's what it's going to be like for Cooper Cup.
I'm looking here, trying to just put in the season in perspective that he had. Combined receiving yards from game one to the Super Bowl, 2,425.
2,400.
The-
2,400.
The next best, Larry Fitzgerald, 1,977. So when it comes to receiving yards, he's number one by far. He's only second in that span in touchdowns to Randy Moss.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't compare people to Jerry Rice or Randy Moss here. That's not what we do.
But
all these other
humans.
humans, though.
Yeah. By looking at it, though, I'll go out and say this is the best season a wide receiver's ever had. If you look at each category, break it down, it's the best receiving season in history.
The only thing he didn't do was propose to his wife after the game. He left that up to somebody else. He did everything he possibly could this year,
He probably was going to, but he was so concussed.
Yeah.
After the game, he forgot.
Got the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
Led the league in yards, receptions, touchdowns. Offensive Player of the Year. Super Bowl champion. Super Bowl MVP. Resuscitated a guy. Gave him mouth-to-mouth at Golden Corral. Saved his life. He produced a movie about the first moon landing. He had 2 separate babies this year. Science doesn't know how he did it, but he was able to not only have a baby with his girlfriend, but also give birth on his bye week. 505-246-0610. When friends of the show call in and super producer Mike Vitale likes you, we put you on air. Welcome to the show, mailman. What it do? Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
You know I'm down. Okay. Monday to Monday. 8 days total.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa.
Did you not?
Okay. Why is that?
Okay, I'm with you now.
Oh,
now
I
get it.
get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
take when Buck goes to Hollywood, he's an everyday player. Is that what you're saying? Yeah,
Well,
okay,
well,
I'm with
let
you.
me-
I'm
let me
with
t-
you.
Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you, if you would have seen the places that we were going, because it wasn't just downtown, they really needed me to be there, bro.
Hey, how long do you think me and Fred make it?
You well, hold up. You gotta subtract 3 days, because that's 2 Mondays and a Friday, right?
Yeah.
And then hold up. And then today is Tuesday. So I'm working it off already. There you go. See?
Hey, mailman.
That was Eli Apple. Eli Apple had enough. Eli Apple had enough. He was applesauce the whole game. That's what he was. Eli applesauce. Yeah.
He was getting baked more than apple pie.
Yep.
Yeah. You're right. Mailman, we're up against a break. Thanks for another great call. Thanks for being a friend of the show. But we got to go because friend of the show, friend in real life, Brandon Ortega, KOB TV's very own, will be joining us to talk Super Bowl, and we'll hit up on the Lobos too. You're listening to Dave and Buster's Presents Two Men On, live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. You're listening to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Straight off highway vehicles on public lands must always wear a food safety helmet and safety goggles. Be supervised by an adult and carry a safety permit.
All right, whoever's here, is the mic still hot?
For more information, visit Before You Ride.
La 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 la.
Wait, who do we have on next?
Brandon Ortega.
Brandon? Okay.
Talking Super Bowl, talking Lobos.
The Albuquerque Journal and Business Outlook, when you need local answers, the most reliable and in-depth information about health, safety, jobs, taxes, crime, energy, transportation, or government. Get the answers. Subscribe at
Pick 'em up.
If you see an accident, call the traffic tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center. I called them twice. Is there any way you can...
Yeah.
the 2022.
Right to the phone mailbox.
Built to win the Super Bowl, and they have sealed the deal. Congratulations to the LA Rams.
I've seen this, and it's like, it's surreal. Look at this. Look at this, man. It's so amazing. It's so amazing, man.
Albuquerque's home for the Super Bowl and the NFL. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports
All right, there he is.
By now, you already know about the great deals you can get from Alliance Mortgage Solutions when you buy a new home. But now you should know about all the great ways your local allies at Alliance Mortgage Solutions can help you with your refinancing too. Alliance Mortgage Solutions wants to help you save money on your mortgage every month. They even have a new program where you can refinance your home with as little as 90% loan to value and drop your mortgage insurance. That can save you hundreds. Call today and get a free analysis. 505-420-6100 or AllianceMortgageSolutions.com. Alliance Mortgage Solutions can help you take the equity in your home and use it to consolidate your debt and save money. Plus, they'll shop dozens of lenders to ensure you've got the lowest interest rate. In most cases, you can close on your new loan in less than 10 business days. Find out if refinancing is right for you. Get your free analysis from Alliance Mortgage Solutions at 505-420-6100 or AllianceMortgageSolutions.com.
Did you get more new furniture? Didn't you just get a bunch of boxes?
That Kanye meme didn't pop as hard as I thought it was.
I had to send all that stuff back.
Because everybody's in on it now.
Everybody else has one, and people are getting sick of hitting the like button on it.
American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center.
I should have put like
Making New Mexico families
listen to Two Men On or like
Yeah.
I'm Safe from Two Men On or something like that.
After I decided I hated all the stuff I bought online, I drove over
It's
to
still
American
dope.
Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center.
And they got you a great deal, right?
Of course, and the staff was so friendly. Do you know the buyers live here? They really understand our lifestyle. Anyway, I got to try.
Yeah, I think if Cooper Kupp only had one touchdown
Yeah.
and didn't have the season he had, it would have been Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
It's the greatest deals of the best deals.
I just thought they would talk more about. They wasn't really heavy on the Stafford talk, like during the game, because I thought they would really play that up.
Yeah.
I guess what took precedence is when the whole Aaron Donald might retire.
Sometimes you can do everything right, everything, and still need a little help. Guys, you can eat right, work out, watch your weight, and still deal with some things that Mother Nature throws at you. That's where New Nail comes in. It's Jeff Symbieta, and gentlemen, if you're dealing with some of these very natural things like being tired way too often, hair loss, weight gain, or even erectile dysfunction, give New Nail a call. New Nail helps men all over the country beat these things with industry-leading testosterone replacements. The number is 505-652-1688 or visit them online at Newmail. That's NUMALE.com. Reality is, as you age, there's a really good chance you're going to be affected by these very natural things. There's nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, the only thing to be ashamed of is not doing something about it. Make a call that can make a huge difference for you. Newmail, 505-652-1688.
Oh my God, why'd you say that?
They're convenient. They're here in Albuquerque
Adrian Peterson on his arrest.
Oh God.
I had a disagreement with my wife, but I don't hit women. Ellipsis, just kids.
What an idiot.
Oh, we got to talk about the riots too.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back, Duke City. You're listening to Two Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. The boys are back in town. Thank God we are, because now we get to go back on Thursday to a friend of the show, O'Neill's. We'll be live at O'Neill's in the Heights. You can come meet the boys when you want. And, I'm not going to turn down a little oat soda, a little soda boy, a little hops, malt, and barley. I ain't mad at that. Come see us at O'Neill's as we are live every Thursday. We'll be up in the Heights this Thursday. But enough about us. Star of TV and radio, back to back to back, New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year. Best dude on the planet for my money. KOB TV's very own friend of the show, friend in real life, Brandon Ortega. What's happening, my guy? Oh, that's too kind. I'm sure you're pretty happy with us gone, taking a week off of the boys. Did you get some more rest? Were you? Thank you so much. It is my first time at Radio Row, but I've been asking inappropriate, uncomfortable questions for years now. So it came naturally to your boy. So what did you do for the game, Brandon? You just hanging out with the fam, barbecue, TV kind of thing, or did you go out? Let's jump right into the game.
Yes.
What were your impressions on the play on the field, the X's and O's? What stood out to you the most?
Yeah. I agree with you. The consensus when we were out there with our interviews with the different people, athletes, celebrities that we did interview, everyone was saying this was going to be a blowout in the direction of the Rams. So to see that type of game, it was amazing. But Brandon, I have to ask you, you did bring up the halftime show. What was the highlight for you? Yeah.
In LA.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As far as like set production and choreography, with like the stage rooms they have per
Right.
se,
Yeah.
it was great.
The only thing I was waiting for, and I just knew it was going to happen, but didn't happen, was the hologram of Tupac.
Oh, break my heart.
Well, they did that at Coachella. What was that, in 2006 or so?
Yeah.
And I feel like Dr. Dre was thinking, like, we've done that before. He probably would have thrown it out there if they hadn't busted that out at Coachella. That would have been cool. It would have been cool to maybe see some more NWA members thrown in there too. But
nice.
But I mean,
Very
it was
nice.
but it was a stacked lineup already.
Yeah.
And they what did they sit? Like, what was it, 14 minutes of music?
Yeah.
You know, they packed a lot in there. Another personal favorite moment of mine was seeing Dr. Dre play piano. I mean,
yes.
the man is a musical genius, and he has this persona as one of the best rappers and rap producers of all time. And to see him play a little bit of piano was really neat for me.
So there was your Tupac shout out, because I don't know if you noticed, but right when he started, he played like a little couple notes from "I Ain't Mad at You."
Yeah,
and then he went
really
in.
really subtle.
Yeah, I really like that shout out. Like, I got chills.
Yeah.
When he started doing that, it's like, oh, here comes the Tupac hologram.
We both looked at each other and said
that was the note right before he went into Still DRE, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was beautiful.
So, do you think that Cooper Kupp deserved the MVP, or do you think it should have went to Aaron Donald? Because I'm 50-50 on this.
I would have not been upset at all if Aaron Donald got it. I mean, he closed out the game, no doubt about it. And I mean, he really kept the Rams in the game when you think about how much they were struggling, you know, towards the end of the third quarter and most of the fourth quarter before they had that game-winning drive. Yeah, I mean, Aaron Donald kept them in the game, but Cooper Kupp, boy, did he step up on that last drive. What did he touch the ball 4 or 5 times?
Yeah.
Including that jet sweep on
4
4th
receptions
and 1.
and a carry.
Yep.
I mean, it was a toss-up. I my gut, as soon as he scored, I was like, well, I think he just won the MVP right there. They hang on to win. Yeah, I mean, defensive players don't normally get the MVP votes. I mean, it takes a lot for them to do that. And Aaron Donald, I felt like, did enough, but Cooper Kupp, on top of his Super Bowl performance, it was like an encompassing, you know, year. I mean, you mentioned the crazy stats he had this year, record-setting stats, and yeah, he deserved it too. But yeah, I would not have been mad if Donald got it either.
Let's segue to Lobos men's basketball. Hey, 2-game winning streak. We're on to something
3 out of
here.
the last 4. Yeah,
and
not
then,
bad.
Tonight we got a very winnable game against a Wyoming team that beat us by 2 on the road. What's the keys to the game for the Lobos tonight, Brandon?
Richard Pitino said recently, when asked about Jalen House, even before he scored 42 points against Air Force, he has always felt like Jalen House has been the problem and the solution for the Lobos. If he is having an unbelievable game, that gives the Lobos a chance against darn near anybody in the Mountain West. And yeah, he showed that, scoring 42 against Air Force. He played pretty well against Wyoming and Colorado on the road, but he also had some head scratching moments too. Turnovers have been an issue for him. So in my book, Jalen House has to have an efficient game. He doesn't necessarily have to score 42 points. He's got to fill up the stat sheet. He also had a career high in rebounds against Air Force and over 10 assists against Air Force. He's got to do things like that. He's got to facilitate. He's got to get KJ Jenkins going. He's got to get in a great 1-2 rhythm with Jamal Mashburn. Those two, when they feed off of each other, they're really fun to watch. So it's all about the guard play. I mean, they're undermanned down in the post, and the guards have to be special in order to have a chance tonight against Wyoming.
So if the Lobos pull this off, they'll beat a nationally ranked team, 21-3. Will this be Coach Pitino's signature win? And not only that, will this cause a buzz with the fans of the Lobos?
It certainly could. I mean, when I think back a couple years ago, when the Lobos, I think it's been 3 years now, the Lobos beat Nevada at the Pit, who was ranked in the top 10, I want to say 6th or 5th in the nation, depending on what poll you were looking at. And yeah, knocked them down in a nail biter, and we had some fans rushing the court. It could be that kind of night if the Lobos can beat Wyoming, whether in regulation or overtime. Mikey V had a great call when we were waiting to go on air that he likes the Lobos in overtime tonight. I think that would be a special thing to see. So, yeah, it would be a signature, no doubt about it, signature win for Richard Pitino if they can get it done.
Hey, back to Super Bowl, back to L.A., Brandon. I've always thought of L.A. as a Raiders town. And I'll tell you, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, going around Los Angeles, around the convention center, there was still more Raiders jerseys than Rams jerseys around that area of town. It wasn't until Friday, Saturday, Sunday that you started seeing the blue and yellow. Is this Super Bowl win right here, is this going to catapult them to that echelon right behind Lakers and Dodgers, or do they have a lot more winning to do? Do they have a lot more establishment to be had?
I certainly think it's going to take more winning, and I think something you have to keep in mind with the Raiders, the Raiders, it's not like they were lighting it up when they were in LA. All those years they were in LA. It's not like they won a ton of Super Bowls there. They were a cultural phenomenon when they were in LA. I mean, NWA had some part of that, wearing Raiders gear, you know, when they were coming up in the hip hop and rap world. The Rams, yeah, there's going to be a ton more fans, but to be a cultural staple in LA, it's just going to take something else besides winning. There's going to have to be some stuff off the field. There's going to have to be some, stuff in the community you got to do to get anywhere close to what the Raiders mean to LA. I mean, the Raiders have been out of LA for a long time, and looks like they will never be coming back. And it's good for them that they're not good for the LA fans that they're not super far in Vegas, because they only have a short drive away or a super short flight away to go see them. I mean, the Rams are definitely going to get bigger and bigger, but it's going to take a lot to ever catch the Raiders in LA.
Brandon, we're up against the break, but give us a preview of the stories you're working on this week. What's pushing the meter for Brandon Ortega of KOB TV?
Having a lot of fun, getting the high school coverage amped up for the state basketball tournament coming up in March. I'm heading to Rio Rancho now to work on a special story between the Rams and Storm. I mean, we got to talk women's basketball. We've got 2 huge games with Utah State and Boise State Wednesday and Saturday at the Pit. Got to support the ladies just like the men's team this week at the Pit. A lot of Lobos, a lot of high school, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, just keep tuning in on KOB every night after the Olympics until the Olympics stop in a few weeks. And then New Mexico Game Day comes back on February 25th.
You heard it there. Friend of the show, friend in real life, KOB TV's Brandon Ortega. Thanks so much for the hot takes. Love you, buddy.
Love you, dudes. Talk to you soon.
We're so fortunate to be partnered up with probably one of the coolest places in town, if not the coolest place in town, Electric Playhouse. If you haven't been there yet, I highly recommend you get down there and see what they are doing. The place is absolutely magical. Take the homies, take the wife, take the kids. It doesn't matter. You're going to have a great time. More sports and sports adjacent content when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Kids ages 5 through 11 are eligible for a COVID vaccine. Your future CEOs, artists, innovators, and more are eligible for a vaccine that can help protect their future. Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. This report is sponsored by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Well, traffic this afternoon, a number of slow spots starting to pop up. Southbound I-25 between Osuna and Montgomery moving slow. Northbound I-25, Gibson to Lomas, seeing quite a bit of congestion there. Northbound on Coors at Paseo. And now Paseo westbound from Jefferson down to Coors, we're starting to see slowdowns there as well.
The Albuquerque Journal and Venue Plus for local insight and answers about pets or puzzles, sports or shopping, comics or movies, events, dining, music, television, and more. Get all your entertainment and recreational questions answered. Subscribe at abqjournal.com.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. Huge Arizona Cardinals house and a huge Kyler Murray house concerning reports about Kyler, including one from Chris Mortensen. Quote, the odd vibe between the Cardinals and Kyler Murray is indeed alarming, described as immature and finger pointer per sources. I'm not saying that report's inaccurate. Per sources part is cracking me up. Just because it's funny doesn't mean there's not something to it. I'm Jim Rome.
Great news from Rocket Mortgage. You could unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In fact, in the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. That means you could unlock thousands of dollars. And with Rocket Mortgage, you could unlock all that cash in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up, because nobody knows how long these low rates will last. Put your hard-earned money to work. Make your life better. Build a home office. Remodel your kitchen. Or simply save that cash for a rainy day. Today's rate on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.25%, 3.48% APR, so you can lock in a great low monthly payment. When you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 833-8ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started. That's 833-8ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. Rocket. Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Telling it like it is.
Aaron Rodgers won the MVP. Joe Burrow did not finish in the top 3. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Let's just be honest. This is not the most valuable player award. It's a stat award. And the people in the media that vote on the NBA MVP and the NFL MVP, they don't know what valuable means.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This hour of Two Men On brought to you by Bernalillo.
Yeah, that was the one with the little people, right? That NFL. Yeah, that was funny. I like that.
Vote Right to Bear Arms is the gun shop I recommend if you're buying your first gun. The staff will give you the time and advice you need to make the right choice. Right to Bear Arms on the southeast corner of Wantabo and Montgomery, or shop online at righttobeararmsnm.com.
High-interest credit cards are a super downer. Lower those rates with the Independence Credit Card from Kirtland Federal Credit Union. From zero to hero with Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/zero.
The University of New Mexico is committed to ensuring that residents of our state entering college for the first time can afford to pursue a bachelor's degree with the Lobo First Year Promise. Qualified first-time freshmen who have graduated from a New Mexico high school and have an annual family income of $50,000 or less will have base tuition and fees for full-time enrollment covered for the 22 to 23 academic year. Application deadline is March 1st. The Lobo First Year Promise at the University of New Mexico. Find out more at promise.unm.edu.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. After you've been hurt in a car wreck, you wouldn't want to settle for your
Stand by.
fix. So why would you settle for getting half a check? The insurance companies have teams of adjusters and lawyers, and their sole job is to pay you as little as possible for your case. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys today. We'll work hard to get you all the money you deserve and to keep you out of the courtroom. Don't be a victim twice. Call us at 544-4444.
I have about 5 minutes here.
Free.
Rope can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
Can your sports host do this? Jeff Symbieta was named 2022 Sportscaster of the Year by the National Sports Media Association. Listen to Jeff Symbieta every weekday morning right here on The Sports Animal.
And you're up.
Welcome back, Albuquerque. We start our days at the YMCA, and I'll tell you what, the boys are back in town. And one thing the boys didn't do a lot of last week, because we were so busy and working so hard, is exercise. Didn't go to the gym once. I mean, we got our steps in, walking around town, walking around the convention center,
lifting up drinks.
I miss hitting the gym, and we start our days every day at the YMCA. I highly encourage you to find your why. Ratings were up. It doesn't matter that LA doesn't care about their team. It doesn't matter that it's only Cincinnati, a small market team. Overall ratings were up. And I don't know if that was the appeal of the game, if it's the Joe Burrow effect, if people wanted to see Matthew Stafford finally do it, or if it's all halftime show up.
I think, yeah, an incredible postseason. Those 7 games in the playoffs were incredible. I
Right.
think that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I'm sure that had a lot of momentum.
Yep. I think it was the teams because Rams, they were kind of expected. Cincinnati wasn't at all. And it was that, there was a hint of, well, maybe they can pull this off, and I want to be able to witness this.
Right.
I think that played a big part as well.
Yeah, the game itself had a lot of interesting storylines.
Yeah.
Everyone had Joe Burrow fever. Could Matthew Stafford do it? If you actually like football, you wanted to see Aaron Donald play on that stage, and he did not disappoint. So let's look at the numbers real quick. Just in the States, 167 million people watch this game. And these numbers are impossible to get exactly right. But TV viewers is up 6%, and total viewers are up 14%. So that is...
And that was from last year's game, right?
Up from last year, correct. Yeah, up from last year. So, I mean, you would think last year would be higher because of COVID, et cetera, et cetera. But whatever was compelling to the American viewing audience this year had the numbers go up. So
Also, more people are betting now, so they got skin in the game too. That
see,
could be a factor.
that's a very good point. That's a very good point. We're going to see a lot of that next year, and I can't wait to crunch the numbers next year when everyone has live betting sports apps on their phone. We're getting there already, but let's look at the numbers themselves real quick. So 101 million people watched on just regular old television, that big old square that's get piped into their house.
Right.
All right. That's NBC and Telemundo classic Super Bowl viewing. Okay. 101 million people. All right. And then 11.2 million people streamed the show, which is a record.
Right.
That is a huge difference.
And that's from Peacock and other streaming services.
Right. Right. And then the rest are your other ways of viewing, your subscription programs, et cetera, et cetera. So 167 million people for a city like LA, and it's not a sports city. Like, they have some of the biggest fandoms in all of sports, but it's not downtown LA. I mean, the Dodgers and the Lakers are probably second and third? No, probably third and fourth after the Cowboys and Yankees, right?
Have to be.
But still, you didn't see that unity in LA. And the NFL and the city of Los Angeles did a great job cleaning up the city, making it welcoming, making it presentable. They were wonderful hosts. There were advertisements for Super Bowl all over town. Seems like every light, every street corner had some kind of Super Bowl accoutrement.
Oh, it was definitely the pageantry. The pageantry was everywhere.
Yeah. And LA had to do it right.
Airport on. From the airport on.
And the NFL experience was great. Radio Row was great. The downtown area was, I think, as clean as it's been in years. What I've heard from locals. That wasn't a dig per se.
No.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, we talked to a lot of locals and they're like, this is the cleanest and the safest it's felt here in a long time.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually looking at the local market ratings. Going back to the ratings, we all know who the number one was going to be. Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, duh.
By far.
Music.
Albert, LA was number 2, right?
No. Wasn't 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. They wasn't even in the top 10. 36.7 in a local market rating. So that tells you.
And then the metered market ratings, and I'm not an expert,
30.
a percentage of viewers who are watching.
Right.
So you knew Cincinnati was going to be number 1.
Yeah, by far.
And you would think everyone who can't be in the game, everyone who can't go out to a
20.
their hometown team play, you figured LA would be number 2.
It was 88 degrees, man. People was at the beach.
Getting out. Detroit was number 2.
Hey.
Detroit.
10 seconds, guys.
A lot of Stafford love from Detroit in the Super Bowl.
Eminem as well.
When we get back, more Super Bowl talk. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Traffic this afternoon, westbound on Paseo. We're seeing quite a bit of slowdowns from I-25 down to Rio Grande. Speaking of I-25, southbound 25 Oceana to Montgomery moving slow. Also congestion northbound I-25 Gibson to Lomas.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with more in the morning.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. The NFL never sleeps and it never rests, and the Super Bowl is the end of the season, but it's not the end of the NFL, not even close. I mean, we go from the Super Bowl to the Combine, to free agency, to the draft, and before you know it, guys are showing up for work once again. But apparently there is one other addition to the NFL offseason schedule this year, Tom Brady. Because TB44 simply will not go away. Remember when it was reported that he had retired? Then he said on his own podcast he was still thinking about it. Then a few hours later, he dropped that Magna Carta on social media to tell everybody he was retired. Well, apparently he's still thinking about it. That makes him either the flakiest guy ever or the most look-at-me guy ever, or both. Are you retired or not? I'm going to assume that he's not. Just let me know when you make up your mind, TB44, because I'm not doing this every day. When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. They offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online at O'ReillyAuto.com and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. They'll even bring it out to you curbside, or you can choose to have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Get your auto parts quickly with O'Reilly Auto Parts. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com today.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a Realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a Realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a Realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a Realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
American Home has over 85 years of experience in mattresses. We've partnered with the #1 most trusted mattress brands in America, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy Posturepedic. And we've selected the perfect 30 best beds in the industry just for you. We believe these 30 mattresses will give you the healthy and restful sleep you deserve. Plus, we've got you covered with a perfect 30 guarantee. And take advantage of 60-month financing. American Home Furniture and Mattress.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
KNML AM Albuquerque is the sports animal. Proud to be a Cumulus media station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Stafford, receivers in tight. He gets the snap. He cocks his arm.
You're up.
That's caught with the leap. Belt high, far side of the end zone. Touchdown, Cup. The Rams have taken the lead. The Rams have taken the lead. 1:25 to go. Heavily covered. Cup left and trapped the ball against his belt buckle.
Not only did the Rams take the lead there, they went on to stop Joe Burr and the Bengals to be victorious in Super Bowl 56. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams. Congratulations to all of those Rams fans out there. I hope you made room on the bandwagon because you're going to have a lot of new fans starting today. Shout out to Jeff Symbieta, who's been a Rams fan forever. If you missed his analysis on the game, and he probably geeked out quite a bit with his fandom.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you're listening to Jeff and JJ and A. Marie on the opening drive. That was a huge play. Cooper Kupp melted that secondary like a hot knife through butter. The routes he was running,
oh my goodness,
when he had a chance to find space, he was covered by either straight up double coverage or man and a spy all game. And he was still able to find space. He was still able to get his hands on the ball. And it wasn't like he was the main focal point of Sean McVay's offense either. They were trying to work in different plays for everyone. They were trying to get the ground game going,
I don't know
which
why.
they never did. But that was one of the biggest plays of the game. Robert, what was your biggest play of the game?
I have to go. I'm going to stay with Cooper Kupp.
Tommy.
And I'm going to go on that 4th and 1 because I called it. I said, they're going to run some type of gadget play because the run game was shut down the entire game. And for them to do that jet sweep on 4th and 1 with the way that defense was playing the rush was a gamble. But I just love the way McVay said, that's my best player. I'm going to ride his back. I know he's going to get us 1 yard to continue this drive.
Let's get some more hot takes on the game. 505-246-0610. Hit us up on the Sports Animal Hotline, 505-246-0610. Hit us up on the Sports Animal text line. When friends of the show call, we listen. What's up, Tommy?
Hey, what's up, guys? Tommy the Truth back at you. Hope you guys had a great time up in California. I didn't really try to call, but probably would have been a waste of time during the week last week because I figured those guys are going to be busy and they're going to have a lot of fun up there, too.
That was completely accurate.
My bullet points about the game, I felt one of the things I was shocked, and I know you need to take chances in the Super Bowl, but I don't think you go for it the first drive, 4th and 1. I think you play a little bit conservative, not on the very first drive. And some of the play calling, the second and third down, the second down run play, no problem. The third down run play, I would have probably passed on third down. That surprised me. You lose your tight end, you lose Odell. You double team Kupp the entire game. They didn't that last drive. They did not double team. They had one corner on him. They didn't have the safety over the top. That was insane to me because that's all they have. And maybe they just couldn't stop the guy. Maybe he's unstoppable at times. I don't know. I talked to Mr. King of Comedy. I hope you had a good time up there, too. I talked to him during the week. Did a little bit of Instagram stuff with him on DMs, and I was going for Cincinnati. I admit it because they haven't won a Super Bowl before. I'd like to see him win it, but I can't be unhappy because of Mr. Get the hell out of Detroit. Let me get on a better team, better organization, and then I can show you what I can really do. So you can't be unhappy about Stafford winning it either.
Tommy, what one play stood out to you? Because that's what we're talking right now. What was your highlight of the game? What one play to you won or lost the game?
I'm going back to the drive. I don't think you go for it on 4th down, not on your first drive.
See, I like that call. You're at midfield.
Too
you know you got to put up points. You know you're going up against a good front line. I like it.
I don't on the first drive. I don't. Any other drive I would, but that's too soon. And it didn't do different play calling. Don't run second and third down run. Third down, they should have passed the ball. But that's just me. I think that's a little bit too soon to go for it. But and the thing is about MVPs. Now, I wish there would be an offensive and defensive MVP. And it's very rare, but the Cowboys had it in the 77 Super Bowl against Denver. Harvey Martin and Randy White were co-MVPs. It does happen. But it would be nice if they would have an offensive MVP of the game and a defensive MVP, and I don't know if they'll ever implement that.
Yeah, that's a good take right there, and I'm not mad at it at all. But I think, you got to just give it to the one MVP of the game.
Yeah.
Who stood out the most? And I mean,
Donald did. Donald to me did.
Well, I mean, if you're a hardcore football fan and you know how much disruption that Aaron Donald has on that defensive front, you could say it was easily Aaron Donald. But if you're just looking at the stat line, you don't really know how big of a deal Aaron Donald is to that game.
Yeah, and in that one particular game I mentioned, the offenses didn't really play well for Dallas or Denver, and that's why I think Harvey Martin and Randy White got the co-MVPs, because in that game there were a lot of mistakes. Because I was even shocked back then when I go co-MVPs, 2 defensive players. You'll never see that happen again, probably. So,
all right, Tommy, hot take. What is your biggest potential moment of this NFL offseason? Real quick, we're about to let you go.
He left.
And we did let him go. So, hey, thanks.
He clicked.
Always hot takes over there with frequent contributor Tommy.
I think when you look at it, it's all about scoring, and that's what the NFL is all about, offense. I think that's where the nod goes. But both of them, certainly, Donald and Kupp, were deserving.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you had the 2 coaches from the Rams and Bengals. That's teacher and student situation. Yeah. You got a Jedi and Padawan situation over here. So you got to do everything you got. You got to give them everything you got, every trick in the playbook, every time any statistic favors your decision making.
Yeah, you don't want to leave anything out there.
You got a good offense. You know that Joe Burrow is going to be on his back over and over and over again all game. You're at midfield. Go for it. I like the 4th and 1 call.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be aggressive, and I think Cincinnati was aggressive all year from what I had read, what Burrow had talked about. They like to go for it on 4th down a lot. So they did what they normally did during the year, and it didn't pay off. But, yeah, you're right. Kudos to them for trying to be a little risky.
And I thought every piece of me just knew King Swaggy, Joe Burr, was going to lead the Bengals on a game-winning touchdown, not even a field goal. I didn't even think they were going to have to kick a field goal because Joe Burrow was going to go for the jugular and lead the team to a win.
Him the chase. That's what I was.
My attitude. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's see them party. My attitude changed 100% when I think what the play of the game was.
Oh, yeah.
Running it right at Aaron Donald on 3rd and 1.
Yes.
Did some of that weed that Snoop Dogg put in the air get into the Bengals locker room at halftime?
No,
because that was one of the dumbest calls I've seen in Super Bowl history.
It was still lingering at the 50-yard line. That's kind of where they were. So
you got 30 seconds. I'm stuttering. I'm so angry at this call. You got 30 something seconds left. You have to keep driving. You're not in field goal range. If you're already in field goal range, sure, do a conservative run play. Right. Try to keep the clock running and then spike it or call a timeout. But you have to get yardage. And not only do you run it on 3rd and 1, you run it right at the best player in football. They called a designed run right at Aaron Donald.
And I do believe they hadn't ran up the gut like that all game.
Because it doesn't work.
Right.
You know why? Because Aaron Donald is standing right there.
And a porous offensive line. That was the whole reason they lost, too.
Literally the worst offensive line to ever make it to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
No quarterback has ever led the league in sacks and made it to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So what that's telling you is that's the worst offensive line ever to make it to a Super Bowl. And you run the ball at Aaron Donald? The audacity. Like, who came up with that game plan? Who was sitting there like, you know what we need to do? Let's call the dumbest play possible with no time left. Let's keep the clock running, and let's burn this down by running it right at Aaron Donald.
And that's the difference between that play and the play McVay ran on 4th and 1. He got it to his best player in a time that was a clutch play.
Yeah, you should have.
That's what you do.
2 shots
Yeah.
with your best player. That's what you should
And
have
they
done.
took one away.
When we get back, more Super Bowl talk and Lobos talk with voice of the Lobos, Rob Portnoy. Catch us at O'Neill's this Thursday up in the Heights. We'll be doing the show there live. Food specials, drink specials, more importantly, lots of fun. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Clark's asks you to support New Mexico United's Michael Uzera's Foundation for Kids in Uganda at either Clark's location, and they'll match your donation. Clark's thanks New Mexico for 50 great years. Visit clarkspets.com. This report is sponsored by Clark's Pet Emporium. Traffic this afternoon, we still got that crash northbound on Coors approaching Paseo. You're going to want to watch out for that. Westbound on I-40 from the interchange to Rio Grande moving slow. Paseo westbound from I-25 down to Eagle Ranch is very congested. And northbound I-25 Gibson to Lomas still moving slow. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Jim Rome Show.
Jimmy G knows exactly what time it is. He knows exactly what you know. You do not have to tell him. He has already made his final pass as a member of the 49ers. Jimmy is getting shipped out. The only question is when and where. Everybody knows it, including Garoppolo himself. A good player, but not a great player. And this league is all about quarterbacks who can carry a team. And he's just not that guy.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The sports animal.
Fat burning, hypercore, increased metabolism, hypercore, flattening the midsection, hypercore, appetite suppressing, hypercore, all day energy, hypercore. The Contour Elite featuring hypercore has been NutriShop's best-selling fat burner for over 10 years and has sold over 100,000 units in New Mexico. So yes, over 100,000 people just like you have decided to change the way they look and feel. Stop by your 2 Albuquerque NutriShops today or visit us online at NutriShopNM.com. NutriShop.
Mesa Detection Agency is now hiring for level 1 and level 2 security guards. Full-time and part-time schedules are available, as well as optional overtime hours. With benefits and job security, you don't have to stress about not having a job. Tired of being just another number? Well, you don't have to. Here at Mesa, we are looking for individuals who are ready to work to be part of something greater in the community while working at our well-rounded, professional, and Class A properties throughout the Albuquerque area. Go to mesadetectionagency.com or call us at 505-221-4647.
Rising inflation likely means interest rates are going up. I'm Scott Stigler for Indigo Mortgage. You may hear news about the Federal Reserve trying to slow down inflation. For home loans, what they usually do is called quantitative easing. I know, stay with me. That's a fancy term for the government buying mortgage-backed securities from Wall Street. Word is the government will stop buying them by March. If that happens, you can count on mortgage interest rates going up in 2022. There's a chance they change their minds, so keep an eye on any news about the Federal Reserve and quantitative easing.
30.
Here's the bottom line for you. If you're considering looking for a home loan, now is the time to call Ben Lucero and his team at Indigo Mortgage. Even small shifts in interest rates can cost you hundreds of dollars each month. Call Indigo Mortgage at 836-5700 or go to indigomortgage.net.
And by here we go.
About your mortgage loan, then Indigo Mortgage, 836-5700 and MLS 188348.
Go.
Miss the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Just standing by.
Weekdays at 7, 95.9 FM and AM 610.
And you're up.
Sports Animal.
If you're just getting in your car, wrapping up your workday, boy, do I have a treat for you. We're so fortunate to be here with a lot of our partners and sponsors, and one of them I love so much is I9 Sports. What they do for the youth of this community is phenomenal. Go to i9sports.com and look up Chapter 280, as Albuquerque is Chapter 280. Big shout out to I9 Sports, Chapter 280. Voice of the Lobos, Rob Portnoy. I mean, what do we know about sports? We just have sports adjacent content, right? So let's reach out to an expert. Voice of the Lobos, friend in real life, friend of the show. What's happening, my guy?
I don't know about any of that, man. I listened to some of your content last week from Radio Row at the Super Bowl, and you guys, the depth and breadth of your knowledge is pretty impressive, man. It was fun. Great stuff.
Hey, really appreciate the kind words. We worked about 12 hours a day, and we played almost 12 hours a day. But the boys needed some sleep, got caught up last night. So the boys are back in town. We're fresh. We're recharged. And I'll tell you what, I miss me some Albuquerque, and I miss me some Lobo talk with Rob Portnoy. What's going on with the Lobos, my guy?
Well, we've got number 22 Wyoming in the house tonight, and I would strongly encourage anybody who's listening, if they don't have tickets for tonight's game, get them and come and see this Lobo team. These two teams played one of the most exciting games in the entire Mountain West schedule last month. They combined to score 93-91. They can both fill it up. And I expect a similar type game tonight. Do I expect both teams to get to the 90s again? No, there'll be too many adjustments made by both head coaches. But still, it's going to be a fantastic game. They have two of the best players in the league in Graham Ike and Hunter Maldonado. Wyoming does. And the Lobos have two of the best guards in the league in Jalen House and Jamal Mashburn Jr. All four of those guys went off last month, and I can't wait to see what happens tonight.
So, Rob, what is the confidence meter like when it comes to the Lobos? Because the last game, they lost a heartbreaker up in Wyoming. And despite the record, are the Lobos pretty confident that we can pull off this victory tonight?
Well, Robert, they know they can play with them, right? I mean, they did it already, and they did it in their building. And Wyoming hasn't lost at home this year. So you got them in your yard. And we know what the pit can do. So, yeah, I mean, they fully believe that they can win this game tonight. There's no doubt.
They ran a little small against Air Force and then just absolutely lit them up. Is that going to be the game plan going forward? Just put it on House, put it on MASH, and see what happens?
Well, it's funny you say that because the Air Force game was the first time the Lobos started their full-bore small lineup.
Yeah.
That was the first game that KJ Jenkins started. New Mexico essentially started four guards and one big. I don't think you'll see that starting lineup tonight. I think that they have to play Wyoming a little bit differently. Wyoming is a bigger basketball team, but it doesn't mean that it still won't come down to UNM's guards because that's the strength of the team, Dan. There's no doubt that KJ Jenkins is going to have to hit some shots. Javante Johnson's going to have to hit some shots, and Mashburn Jr. and House have to do what they do. And if they do, then they'll have a chance to win this game. One thing about Wyoming, okay, they've only lost one league game. They're on top of the conference. They've gotten to this 22nd ranking in the AP and coaches polls. It's the first time that they've been ranked as a program since 2015. But they have had some really good luck at the end of games. I mean, part of winning close games is that, and at some point that's got to run out. Right now, good teams win close games, and that's why they're ranked. But they played a ton of league games that have come down to the wire. In fact, they've won 5 times in league by 2 points or less. So that means they have 5 league wins of either 2 points or 1 point. They can be had. Nobody's just finished the deal against them in one of those tight games. Why not the Lobos? Why not tonight?
Rob, I know you're a big Lakers fan. I don't know where you stand on the rest of LA sports because you're such a world traveler. You've lived in almost every city of this country. You got fandom spread out everywhere. Are you happy for the Rams? Are you happy for the city of Los Angeles for how well this went, not counting the riots later, which we'll get to later? Are you happy for this Rams team? Are you happy for the city of LA? And do you
100%.
think LA will actually start rallying around this football team?
Now, that's a great question. But yes, I am very happy. I'm happy for the Los Angeles Rams to get a Super Bowl championship. Yeah,
I hope
I'm
Fred's
happy,
listening.
Yeah. I'm happy for Matthew Stafford to get a championship. I think it's awesome. that Von Miller got another one, and that Aaron Donald got his first one. And they were the better football team. The team that should have won that game ended up winning that game. I'll make an observation that maybe you haven't heard, and I know it's a play that's been talked about a lot, but maybe not in this way. The touchdown that the Bengals scored when it was obvious, just painfully obvious, that there was an offensive pass interference call, and that Jalen Ramsey's head had been turned around because of a grab of the face mask, and there was nobody in position on the field to see the play among the officials. Well, we watched the World Series, and Major League Baseball puts umpires down the foul lines. They put extra officials on the field for the biggest games of the year. Why doesn't the NFL have officials standing at the front pylons on each corner of the end zone for every play so something like that doesn't happen? Because as you watch him from the end zone camera coming down the sideline and grabbing the face mask, you can see a very overweight and older official trailing the play like 25 yards behind the play. And you're like, there's no way that he can see that because his view is blocked. He's out of position. The athletes are too good. The officials are overmatched. Put more guys out there. That just can't happen. Either that or let's figure out a way so that we can fix the obvious missed call somehow, some way.
Yeah, why was Jalen Ramsey, the best cornerback in the game, staring at his shoulder, looking backwards? This makes no sense. As soon as the play happened, I was like, oh, face mask.
Rob, so Rams are the champs. The Bengals are a young team with a great core. What do you think are the chances for either one of these teams to be in next year's Super Bowl?
I think they're both terrific. And if they can keep their cores together, they're going to be contenders. Look, I think Joe Burrow is going to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL for 15 years if he stays healthy. He's already overcome an ACL. They're going to now. Everybody talks about Dan Marino getting to a Super Bowl and then never getting back to one, and it could happen. It could happen to Burrow too. But my point about Burrow is that they're going to be there contending to make the playoffs and to win in the playoffs for years to come because he is a transcendent quarterback. I truly believe that. Does that mean he gets back to the Super Bowl immediately or he plays in 5 Super Bowls? No, but they're going to have a shot. They're going to be in the conversation. The thing that made me most happy is that Matthew Stafford, who toiled, for more than a decade on a franchise that was dysfunctional from top to bottom. I mean, I hate this word, but he validates his entire career, doesn't he? I mean, I know he's been inconsistent, but this literally validates his entire career. The first year he has a supporting cast around him, he wins it all. And what a drive. The last drive was unbelievable. He was amazing. Cup was amazing. And, that part of it was a terrific finish. So I felt wanting more, though, at the end, like why Cincinnati can't convert on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 and give us a tying field goal, give us overtime. I still wanted more.
Yes.
The play calling was quite curious. I think Stafford could have had an even better game if they abandoned the run. The running game for the Rams was non-existent, but they just kept going to it and going to it and going to it. And so were the Bengals later in the game. What can you walk me through that 3rd and 1 running play call when the Bengals still need 15, 20 yards for a field goal attempt? Is there any rationale to make that call, or is it just the worst call in Super Bowl history, like the way I think it is?
The worst call in Super Bowl history is decided for all time. It will never be overcome, never be surpassed. Not running Marshawn Lynch from the 1 yard line.
There we go. All right.
It's the worst Super Bowl.
Tell me why this is the second worst call.
It's funny how play callers, they get stuck in a knee-jerk reaction to the previous play call. It happened when the Falcons blew their Super Bowl against the Patriots. Their play caller decided, and this is Shanahan, as we know, he decided after running outside on 1st down, already in field goal range with a chance to clinch the game and make it a 2-possession game over, he runs outside instead of inside, which is a terrible decision. If he runs inside, he doesn't lose yardage. He feels like he's up against the chains somehow because he lost a yard or two on the 1st down play. And then instead of doing what he should have done is keep running it up the middle, run clock, bring Matt Bryant out, one of the top 5% kickers in the history of the NFL, and let him kick the field goal that wins the Super Bowl. He drops Matt Ryan back. We know what happens after that. There are sacks. There are penalties. They get out of field goal range. They lose the game in overtime.
Right.
So I think play callers react to what happens on the previous play sometimes too much, and they get out of thinking clearly. And I think what happened there is they threw deep on 2nd and 1. And now he's thinking, I've got to just get this first down. That's my first priority. But everybody in the freaking building is thinking the same thing. And so Aaron Donald's there to wrap the guy up. And now you're 4th and 1. And it turns out they were SOL because then they put him back in the shotgun. Over. So, yeah, horrible sequence. 2nd, 3rd, 4th down. Cost them probably a chance to win the game either in regulation or in overtime.
You heard it right there from Voice of Lobos, Rob Portnoy. Co-host of 2 Men On, Van Nunley, is a height beast who is prone to recency bias and hyperbole. It wasn't even a medalist for worst call of all time.
No, it wasn't, but you are dead on. It was a sequence of terrible calls.
It was rough to watch. It's like, just let Joe Burr do his thing.
Yes.
All right, Lobo Nation, get out there and support your men's basketball team. We need that home field advantage. Pack the pit. Let's get a W. Let's keep this winning streak going. Hey, thanks for being a friend, and thanks for being a friend of the show. Voice of the Lobos, Rob Portnoy.
Great being with you guys. See everybody at the pit tonight. Go Lobos.
You're listening to Dave and Buster's Presents 2 Men On, and we are live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Well, crash cleanup continuing. Northbound core is approaching Paseo. You're going to want to watch out for that. Westbound I-40 from the interchange to Rio Grande moving slow. Paseo westbound from I-25 to Eagle Ranch, very congested. You may want to use Alameda as an alternate route there. Also, northbound I-25 Gibson to Lomas is still moving slow. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The LA Rams have won the 2022 football championship.
The Rams were built to win the Super Bowl, and they have sealed the deal.
Congratulations to the LA Rams.
I dreamed this, and it's surreal. Look at this, man. I feel amazing.
Albuquerque's home for the Super Bowl and the NFL. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Head east in this battle of Michigan mid-majors. I'm Joe Giglio here to help you beat the books with BetQL. Both Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan have losing records and look pedestrian on paper, but the BetQL model sees a big difference and has EMU -1.5 as a 5-star best bet. They think Eastern should be favored by 5. I'm Joe Giglio. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app today.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Get Upside Gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
year. Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code TIME for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code TIME for up to 50 cents a gallon cash back on your first tank. That's code TIME.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit Mesa Tractor on 4th Street, just north of Candelaria, or at mesatractor.com. Family owned and operated for nearly 60 years.
You'll never forget your first car. And you certainly will never forget your first car wreck. When this happens to you, you need an attorney who can help you get all the medical attention you need and help you get all the money you deserve. Don't deal with the insurance companies without an attorney. They have teams of lawyers and adjusters whose sole job is to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. When you're in a wreck and you need a check, call Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys today. We'll work hard to get you all the money you deserve and to keep you out of the courtroom.
Lerner and Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014. Wednesday on the opening drive, can the Lobos shock the Mountain West this week? And it's time to look forward to NFL draft and free agency. The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta.
And you're up.
At 7 a.m.
Welcome back, Albuquerque. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. 2 Men On is brought to you by our partners and sponsors, and boy, are we lucky to have them, especially New Mexico Pinon Coffee. It's cool to be partnered with like businesses and entities that we actually support, we actually like in real life. Because I've been a fan of New Mexico Pinon Coffee my whole life, and when they approached us and really liked what we're doing in the community, wanted to work on some stuff, I was like a resounding yes. So we're so proud of our partnership with New Mexico Pinon Coffee. All right. It's near impossible to repeat in the NFL. What do the Rams have to do, Robert, to repeat as Super Bowl champions?
One thing or two?
Go crazy.
I'm going to go with the one thing. They need to pay McVay.
Ooh.
Pay McVay, because I think he was positioning his whole renegotiation with the, are you going to come back and coach the Rams? We'll see. Does it make it easier for you to walk away from the game by winning a Super Bowl? Most certainly does. All that is y'all better pay me. That's pay talk.
Sure.
So for me, it's pay McVay.
I mean, he's shown his value exponentially, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like he took his young team to the Super Bowl 4 years ago with a quarterback who he thought would have been a slightly insufficient person to run his offense. He gets a new shiny quarterback, wins a Super Bowl year one.
Yep.
I mean, that's all you need from a coach and an organization, right?
Right.
They gave him the tools to do it. He goes in and does it. And now he needs to get PAID paid.
Yeah.
From the text line, Van, how long is your Universal Studios ban? One night or eternally? I don't know what the statute of limitations are in California, but if you haven't heard already, at the Super Bowl media party, we shut down Universal Studios Hollywood and let all of us media dorks loose on Universal Studios. And I turned 40 at Universal Studios, if you count Mountain Time. And I may have done some things right before closing time that got me kindly and so sweetly escorted out of Universal Studios. So I don't know how long my ban is.
I think I know how long. As long as you have the mullet, you cannot go back. You can't go back. You got to switch up your haircut.
You must wear a mask. You must be vaccinated. No shirt, no shoes, no service.
Yeah.
And especially now No mullets.
You messed it up for everyone.
Every mullet in the country that wants to go to Universal Studios, I ruined it for you.
Yep.
And I'm super sorry. Look, I've been hyping up this Rams roster all year. I kept just saying, look, they're all new. They haven't played together. Sean McVay's a great coach. Matthew Stafford is better than you think he is when he has tools and weapons around him. Just wait till the playoffs. They will gel. Even though they weren't my Super Bowl pick, it does not surprise me whatsoever that they started playing as a cohesive unit at the end of the year and stormed through the playoffs and won a ring. If they keep this whole roster together, if they're able to hang on to Odell Beckham Jr., or they're able to acquire another number one receiver to take the heat off of Cooper Kupp, they could do it again.
They could do it again. And then if you factor into the NFC's gotten weaker.
NFC's gotten weaker.
Tom Brady's gone. Potentially Aaron Rodgers will be leaving the NFC. So I got to agree with you.
And I think the Rams next year, if they keep this unit intact and fill a couple holes that are going to be lost due to free agency, they have just as good a chance as anybody. We know how difficult it is to repeat in this NFL with all the parity there is. It's super hard to do. But I'll tell you, Arizona Cardinals, I got the playbook for you.
Uh-oh.
You get to play at your home stadium in the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Now all you need is a new shiny quarterback.
Uh-oh. Where are you going with this?
Arizona Cardinals fans, get your phones out. Get your emails open and email your team. Go get Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, boy.
All in right now.
Tampa Bay hosts a Super Bowl, gets Tom Brady. Championship, Lombardi Trophy. Los Angeles, SoFi Stadium. Los Angeles Rams host the Super Bowl. Get Matthew Stafford. Championship, Lombardi Trophy. Arizona Cardinals, Super Bowls in Phoenix next year.
Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh.
Trade for Aaron Rodgers, and I will guarantee you right here, mark it, write it down, have your grandma make a cross stitch of it and frame it. I don't care. If the Arizona Cardinals go and upgrade their quarterback, the Arizona Cardinals will be the Super Bowl champions next year.
Wait.
Hold up.
Pump your brakes.
Okay.
Shout out to friend of the show, Craig, because he just said something that I was going to say.
Okay.
Don't forget about old Tom Brady.
Oh.
He's being real wishy-washy about him sitting down for the rest of his career. I think he might still have a twinkle in his eye for playing for San Francisco.
You showed me his Instagram post from Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
What I can't remember what it was, and if there's any salty language, please feel free to say bleep. But he just put up a screenshot of his Google Calendar on Super Bowl Sunday, and it just shows going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And what was his title? Just like bleep this or something
No,
like that?
It was just sigh.
Oh, it's just a sigh? I expected something saltier.
It was a sigh. But that can be into play as well. So if they go the way that you're saying, you could have Rodgers and Brady in the same division.
Ayo.
Could happen.
As a Packer fan, and I know Vital's going to be happy to hear this, even with all the COVID stuff and the deceptive stuff, I still have a special place in my heart for Aaron Rodgers. I don't feel personally deceived. I get his weirdo, quirky attitude. I know he likes to troll the media. Until this season, his attitude held a special place in my heart. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going anywhere. The front office said that they're willing to load up on salary. They're willing to forego their future for one more run with Aaron Rodgers. I think the Packers organization gets it done and keeps him in Green Bay. But if they can't do that and he goes to the Cardinals, I will put the deed to my home on the Arizona Cardinals to win the Super Bowl next year.
You may be onto something. Now, is this going to be the deal for every city that has the Super Bowl?
You got to go hard now, right?
Do it.
All in.
Yeah.
You got to go all in.
You have to do it.
Because that's set a new precedent.
Yeah.
Host a Super Bowl, get a legendary quarterback, boom, trophy. That's all you got to do.
And do you think this type of LeBron kind of James system of, putting together a super team in the NBA will start in the NFL now since of this, what the Rams did?
Oh,
Buying all in?
100%. There's going to be
That could
so
be a
much
new
more.
trend. I think in the NFL it's harder to do, but that could possibly be.
Well, it's hard to just throw a championship team together immediately
salary
because there's
cap
53 players on that roster.
Yeah.
You got 33 players that are contributing in 3 facets of the game. So it's a lot harder to do.
Well, I think only certain teams can do this anyway.
Sure.
This isn't a whole league wide, just kind of like the NBA. There's only certain teams that can do this whole, hey, let's build a super team and go win the championship.
Yeah, and not only a few teams can throw it together, but only through a few players can be that much of a difference maker.
Oh, there we go.
To do it.
Yeah.
You have to have top shelf pass rusher, top shelf secondary player, top shelf quarterback, top shelf wide receiver playmaker.
Yeah.
If you could throw all those together in one offseason,
you're in there.
Go crazy. But I don't see that happening. I see a lot of teams trying to do that. I see a lot of organizations seeing the success of Tampa Bay, seeing the success of the LA Rams, and going all in for a couple years.
Well, it all starts at quarterback. Once you get the quarterback in place, depending on who the quarterback is and who wants to play with that quarterback.
And this is something that the Bengals need to look out for. The Chargers need to look out for. The Jags need to look out for. You got young superstar quarterbacks, and you got them the cheapest you'll ever have them right now.
Yep.
They'll never be cheaper than they are right now. So you got to build around them before they cost $40 million a year like Aaron Rodgers does. Because there's not a lot of elite quarterbacks out there that go underneath their market value like Tom Brady used to do in New England. That is the exception, not the rule. More Super Bowl talk when we get back. You're listening to Dave and Buster's Presents 2 Men On, and we are live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. You're listening to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Dreams are amazing, but wake up in time to have Taco Bell's toasted breakfast burritos with eggs, cheese, and bacon. Toasted breakfast burritos, available at a participating Taco Bell location near you during breakfast hours only, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell.
Traffic this afternoon, new crash to tell you about. It is northbound tramway at Indian School. Also crash cleanup continuing on towards northbound at Paseo. Watch out for that. Westbound on I-40, slowdowns begin at the interchange. They go till about Rio Grande this afternoon. And westbound on Paseo, I-25 to Eagle Ranch moving really slow. You may want to seek an alternate route there. Also, southbound I-25, Osuna to Montgomery, that is moving slow as well. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
I'm Maggie Gray with the CBS Sports Minute. Matt Harvey and CJ Crone both testified in the Tyler Skaggs wrongful death lawsuit that they received drugs like Oxycontin from Angels employee Eric Kay. Athletes using painkillers to play through injuries is unfortunately nothing new. In fact, Matt Harvey testified he thought he was being a good teammate by helping Skaggs get Oxy. That logic shows something is broken in Major League Baseball. The real microscope needs to be on this lawsuit. I'm Maggie Gray.
You're watching the game and that pizza comes back to haunt you with heartburn. You've got it under control with a few antacids until bedtime and the heartburn comes back. Does this happen to you? Instead of fighting your heartburn, block it with Prilosec OTC so you don't have to suffer through every game, day and night. Taking one Prilosec OTC pill in the morning can prevent excess acid production and block your heartburn all day and all night. Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
You could unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you could unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 8338-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started.
Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLS-ConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Alicia Keys isn't just a brilliant musician. She is the founder of We Are Here, a movement that empowers the global community.
I think all women are incredible because we all have our different challenges and roads that we're meant to take, and that's no judgment to anybody's road.
We salute Alicia Keys, a musical genius during Black History Month.
The LA Rams have won the 2022 football championship.
The Rams were built to win the Super Bowl, and they have sealed the deal.
Congratulations to the LA Rams.
I dreamed this, and it's surreal. Look at this. Look at this, man. I feel amazing. I feel amazing, man.
Albuquerque's home for the Super Bowl and the NFL. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Sometimes you can do everything right, and still need a little help. Guys, you can eat right, work out, watch your weight, and still deal with some things that Mother Nature throws at you. That's where New Male comes in. It's Jeff Symbieta. And gentlemen, if you're dealing with some of these very natural things like being tired way too often, hair loss, weight gain, or even erectile dysfunction, give New Male a call. New Male helps men all over the country beat these things with industry-leading testosterone replacements. The number is 505-652-1688, or visit them online at Numale. That's NUMALE.com. Reality is, as you age, there's a really good chance you're going to be affected by these very natural things. There's nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, the only thing to be ashamed of is not doing something about it. Make a call that can make a huge difference for you. New Male, 505-652-1688. They're convenient. They're here in Albuquerque. They're with you through the whole process, and it works. Guys, the results are real. Call New Male at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
This hour of Two Men On brought to you by Bernalillo County DWI Prevention. Go to burncode.gov for more information.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 10.
Smooth as ever. Smooth as ever.
On 95.9.
I have about 6-7 minutes. You're up.
Sports Animal.
Welcome back, Duke City. You're listening to Two Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. I'm so stoked for this wiffle ball league that we're going to do at Electric Playhouse.
Oh, I'm with it too.
Keep your ear to the ground, loyal listeners. Keep your ears to the ground, friends of the show, because we're going to have some fun at Electric Playhouse in March as we host a digital wiffle ball league. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll tell you more and more about it as the details emerge. From the texture, and I think they're commenting on the social media that we put up, why was there a trash can on fire and scooters lying around everywhere in LA? And I'm going to tell you why, because 2 blocks west and 2 blocks north of our Airbnb downtown, that was walking distance from Radio Row at the convention center, there were riots.
Yeah.
And, a little behind the scenes, it was last week's show was a hodgepodge of interviews and live and pre-take segments, and it was a lot of work. So after the show, after the Super Bowl Sunday, we had to do a couple takes, et cetera, et cetera. We're sitting around working at the Airbnb using that sweet, strong downtown Wi-Fi they had. And then we're hearing horns honking and people yelling, and, Fred's new word that he learned, ghetto bird.
He doesn't use it correctly.
No, he
calls it ghetto copter.
Yeah,
it's called the ghetto birds, man.
We're fine with that. Ghetto birds everywhere. We could hear what was going on, and then after the show, like we planned on doing, we go for a walk downtown to see what's going on at LA Live, and the LAPD had already dispersed the whole area.
Yep.
No more rioting. No more looting. I didn't see any looting.
Actually, it was. I'm looking right here. A couple of stores. We actually walked right past them.
Oh, yeah.
They got through there. There's video of them running through stores with their mask on.
Oh no, did they get the Ralphs?
The only time I saw anybody with mask on wants to go pillage these stores. So
I mean, at least, they did all that damage to downtown, but at least it wasn't a super spreader event, right? They had their masks on.
Yep.
So me, Robert, and Fred and Jared go down for a cruise around downtown to see the aftermath of, we'll call them celebrations.
Yeah.
LAPD, definitely going to call them riots. Rams graffiti everywhere. We saw a trash can on fire. But the star of the show, and if you look up downtown LA riots, fans of the Rams and then just general hooligans stopped a bus in mid-route, chased everyone off the bus, graffitied up the bus in Go Rams and whatever their tag is, or their graffiti tag, whatever.
Yeah, they was putting their hood on it.
There's definitely some hood on it.
Yeah.
It was mostly pro Rams, but
Yeah.
definitely, some hood adjacent graffiti. And thank God they didn't set it on fire. But that thing was as demolished as a bus could be in the span of an hour.
It looked like a bus that was driven through every Grand Theft Auto city. That's exactly what it looked like.
And all this happened 2 blocks one way, 2 blocks another. Not even like city blocks. We're talking 2 streets over. So we saw the aftermath of the riots, and thank goodness it wasn't that bad. A lot of damage to property, a lot of arrests, but I don't think there are any lives lost from what I see here. I don't think anybody got hurt. Just some good old boys letting off some steam. Am I right, Robert?
Yeah, there was a lot of fireworks. I didn't hear any gunshots. I'll tell you that. I didn't hear any of that. What I find funny is these people, there's no way they went to the game.
No.
They were watching it downtown somewhere.
They were watching it downtown somewhere.
They had to have been, because there's no way you're going to say, hey, let's get in our car and leave Inglewood.
Yeah.
And go downtown and start some stuff.
All the action was in Inglewood. You think they would riot in Inglewood?
No, they didn't want
to. Which no one was arrested in Inglewood. Inglewood got turned up to 11, but no rioting there.
Well,
they saved it for downtown.
I'm looking at the people who are doing the little skirmish, riot, destruction. These people didn't want to be in Inglewood after the game.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
You're right.
They didn't want to be in Inglewood
You're right
after the
about
game.
that. If you go 1 block away from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood,
yeah,
that's a whole new city.
Yeah,
that's a whole new city. Rams fan from Muskogee, Oklahoma, does not want to get lost on the streets of Inglewood after the game.
There's a guy in this picture with the bus. He looks like he stole a Rams helmet. This looks like a real legit helmet, and he's got a Rams Christmas sweater on. Yeah, they tore that bus up.
And there's a lot of self-made viral videos of this bus getting demolished, which there is some footage of the aftermath on our social media at TalkABQ. You can see all of our exploits from Los Angeles on our social media. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. And if you missed out on all of our shows last week, I'll tell you what, the shows in full are on Spotify. They're on Apple Podcasts. They're on Stitcher. So you can listen to the whole shows from Radio Row at the Los Angeles Convention Center, home of the Super Bowl, Los Angeles, California. You can listen to the whole show.
Right.
You can listen to each interview one at a time if you like, because we chopped them all up so you could find your favorite athlete, musician, actor, activist, anything.
Yeah.
We have almost 50 interviews on Radio Row, and I'll tell you what, they're all winners.
I'll say this, Van, before we leave. If Cincinnati would have won this Super Bowl, it still would have been riding right now.
Yeah, on some of these viral videos of them shutting the bus down, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's about half blue and yellow.
Yep.
And about half black on black on black.
Yep.
So it's not all Rams gear.
Yeah.
These aren't all Rams fans.
I see a
These are
Dodgers
just like
jersey.
real talk, legit hooligans.
I see a Dodgers jersey.
Okay. Hey, wait, you were wearing a Dodgers jersey that day.
It's a blue one.
More sports talk when we get back. You're listening to Dave and Buster's Presents 2 Men On. We are live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We are powered by New Mexico Pinon Coffee. We play on Team I-9 Sports. We start our days at the YMCA. We end our days at O'Neill's Pub, and we spend our weekends at the Electric Playhouse. You're listening to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Construction on east and westbound I-40 from 98th to Coors has started. Drivers should expect shoulder and temporary ramp closures along the construction route. NMDOT District 3 is overseeing the project, and Mountain States Constructors is performing the work. Visit nmroads.com for more information. This report brought to you by Mountain State Constructors.
Crash cleanup going on northbound tramway at Indian School. Be careful going through there. Westbound on Paseo from I-25 all the way down to Coors. Very congested this afternoon. You may want to seek an alternate route there. Also, I-40 westbound from University to Rio Grande is moving slow, and southbound on I-25 Osuna to Montgomery, still seeing quite a bit of congestion there. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
We're making life sweeter. Blake's Lottaburger is blending strawberry cheesecake milkshakes. It's our rich and creamy strawberry milkshake blended with a slice of real cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake milkshakes from Blake's Lottaburger. Available for a limited time.
Get a better breakfast at Wendy's. Buy any breakfast sandwich and get any size drink in a Wendy's cup free. Hot coffee, Diet Coke, or vanilla frosted-chino? Yes, free. Get your free drink when you buy a Wendy's breakfast sandwich today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Sometimes you can do everything right, and still need a little help. Guys, you can eat right, work out, watch your weight, and still deal with some things that Mother Nature throws at you. That's where New Mail comes in. It's Jeff Symbieta. And gentlemen, if you're dealing with some of these very natural things like being tired way too often, hair loss, weight gain, or even erectile dysfunction, give New Mail a call. New Mail helps men all over the country beat these things with industry-leading testosterone replacements. The number is 505-652-1688, or visit them online at Newmail. That's NUMALE.com. Reality is, as you age, there's a really good chance you're going to be affected by these very natural things. There's nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, the only thing to be ashamed of is not doing something about it. Make a call that can make a huge difference for you. New Mail, 505-652-1688. They're convenient. They're here in Albuquerque. They're with you through the whole process, and it works. Guys, the results are real. Call New Mail at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Get Upside Gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code TIME for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code TIME for up to 50 cents a gallon cash back on your first tank. That's code TIME.
Dreams are amazing, but wake up in time to have Taco Bell's toasted breakfast burritos with eggs, cheese, and bacon. Toasted breakfast burritos.
30 seconds.
Taco Bell location near you during breakfast hours only, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. After you've been hurt in a car wreck, you wouldn't want to settle for getting half your car fixed. So why would you settle for getting half a check? The insurance companies have teams of adjusters and lawyers, and their sole job is to pay you as little as possible for your case. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys today. We'll work hard to get you all the money you deserve and to keep you out of the courtroom. Don't be a victim twice. Call us at 544-4444. The call and the advice are free.
Can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The Sports Animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is Two Men On with
And you're up.
Fred Slow.
Welcome back, Duke City. You're listening to Dave and Buster's Presents Two Men On. We are live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. My personal favorite Super Bowl halftime show was 2 days ago. Me, as someone who just turned 40, me as someone who grew up with hip hop, me who liked every single one of those artists who performed, this was as a fan, number one on my list.
I'm right with you. I agree. I'm not going to say nostalgia. Nostalgia
It was
to
LA. Definitely.
Nostalgia to me means it's something that you haven't listened to in a while and it takes you back.
Sure.
I still listen to all this.
Yeah.
To this day. So to those 14, 15 minutes, me and you were geeking out.
100%.
And we were trying to figure out what song is going to be next.
Yep. Exactly.
That's the best part about it for me, man. Just that whole set, the way they laid it out. They went through the different parts of LA, different performers. It was great.
I know we touched base on the Super Bowl halftime show yesterday, and we did our rankings. And personally, Van Nunley has that as his favorite all-time Super Bowl halftime show. Van Nunley, the journalist, and throw that word around loosely. Van Nunley, the journalist. Van Nunley, the objective observer.
Who's that guy?
I got it third all time. I got Prince. I got Lady Gaga. Then I got West Coast.
Nah.
I got it third. You got it one.
Number
uniquely.
one. Number one. And it's going to sound bad by far.
By far.
Number one by far for me. Number two was Michael Jackson. Because I couldn't tell you the songs that he did, but I can remember him just standing there and him popping up at different parts of the Rose Bowl, and that was dope. Number three was Prince singing Purple Rain in the Rain.
Purple Rain in the Rain is number one for me.
Yeah.
I got chills just talking about it. That was insane.
My favorite was U2 right after 9/11.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
That one got a lot of pop on the internet because we were doing rankings yesterday. And U2 was ranked higher than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
And I forgot for a second about all the names of the September 11th victims that scrolled past during their performance. Got chills from that one too. Hey, but let's not talk about, well, I want to talk about it, but not quite yet.
What's that?
You said it's not just nostalgia.
No.
But it's place in society, right?
Right. Exactly.
But let's talk nostalgia real quick.
Okay.
If you had to rewind a Blockbuster videotape before you returned it, this halftime show was for you.
Oh, that's a great one right there. Yes, most definitely.
If you were a kid and you wore Skids or Zubaz, this halftime show is for you. If you died of dysentery on the Oregon Trail, that halftime show was for you.
If you had a starter jacket,
yes,
and people were envious of it, this was for you.
If you know what the green stuff that they used to shoot around on Nickelodeon is called, this halftime show is for you.
If you know who the host of Yo MTV Raps
Yes.
were, this is definitely for you.
If you blew into a Nintendo cartridge, this Super Bowl halftime show was for you.
Yes, man. This was that's the set. I don't even want to talk about this, the things that people are talking about, the obvious. I want to talk about the intricacies of this.
Okay.
When you're from LA, when they showed the Tams number 21, a lot of people, if you're not from LA, you don't know what that is. It's a hamburger place. It's in Compton. It's the OG Tams. They have Tams in Long Beach. They have Tams in different parts of LA. But that one is on, I believe it's on Rosecrans. That's the one where Dr. Dre, all the way to Kendrick Lamar, they grew up on that. Right. I wanted to take us there, but we had a lot going because I don't eat the burgers from Tams. I get the pastrami. But just seeing that little detail, it was just like, man. And I haven't watched it again, but I'm definitely going to be watching that multiple times.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to let it sizzle for a second, and then I want to go back and watch it again, let some more time go by. I just had chills the whole time. I thought the songs that they chose were on point, and I thought Kendrick Lamar, and if you didn't hear us yesterday, Fred has the exact opposite opinion of this. I thought Kendrick Lamar stole the show.
Yes, I completely agree.
And while he might be in the rap community, he might be regarded as the GOAT of now, of this generation. I already have the argument all time with Kendrick. And so him coming out and not picking like a catchy pop song, like one of his bigger hits, somebody with the feature that he could have brought out on stage and the crowd would have went wild. He went full-blown Kendrick and said what he needed to say.
And performed.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's been plenty of people of color on Super Bowl halftime shows throughout the history of when they started doing the performances. Because we know the Super Bowl halftime show wasn't always a big deal. Like college marching bands used to do the halftime show. You know what I mean?
Right.
But there's been a lot of people of color on Super Bowl halftime shows. But it seems like this is the first one that was for the culture.
Yeah.
Like, what did the first hip-hop centric halftime show mean to you?
Oh, it meant everything, because this is what I know I have been begging to happen.
Sure.
I didn't care who it was, whoever was hot, whoever was legendary. To be honest, I thought if it was going to be a hip hop, it would be someone like LL. It would be someone more worldly.
Yeah.
But for this to line up to be in LA and they get the biggest from LA to do the most iconic songs, it was phenomenal. It was great.
And I think it finally put, not that because hip hop, it's still the number one selling genre. Like it surpassed rap over 10 years ago. It surpassed rock over 10 years ago.
This I just don't understand, and I don't want to be negative. I've been on Twitter. I don't understand the disdain, and oh my gosh, I don't understand what they're saying. I don't know what cave they've been living in, but this is the culture that's been driving the needle in everything.
Correct.
Sports.
That's correct.
Social media, fashion, anything that you can think about. This is basically the basis for it all.
Yeah, you're completely right, and I think that. Not that it wasn't legitimate already, not that, Kendrick didn't deserve a Pulitzer and, hip hop didn't deserve to be the number one, music genre in this country. But I think this is finally the cherry on top that hip hop is here. Hip hop is here to stay.
Yeah.
This is a legitimate art form.
Yeah.
And look at us on the biggest stage in the world.
And not only
Super Bowl halftime show, the biggest stage in the world.
Not only there. Not only there, but can rock it.
Yeah.
And you can see the interest level in it.
100%.
I think that was one of the big things is I know there's certain groups that are interested, but will the world be interested? Absolutely, as we saw.
And I can't imagine all the people. Like, I mean, it's LA, it's Hollywood. You know, there's going to be people there that could care less about football. And you could tell that by how high they priced the tickets this year. They put the ticket prices out of reach
for a reason.
Of Joe Schmo football fan.
For a reason.
Unless you're dumping a quarter of your savings or whatever, your insurance money, your whatever on Super Bowl tickets for you and your family. This is all stars, right?
Yep.
This is all well-to-do. This is all stars. This is all LA royalty. So those are the people that could afford to be there. And I could tell from the way that crowd was cheering on football plays that there wasn't maybe 1 out of 4 people in that building were like actual football fans.
I think you're generous with that number.
Generous?
You're very generous. Because that's the one thing you were saying during the game. Like, this crowd is horrible. This is a good game. But I want to give a shout out to the kicker of the Bengals, McPherson.
Yes.
He didn't need to hear nothing the coach had to say. He didn't need to rally the troops. He sat on that bench and he watched the halftime show.
That's right.
He's like, I don't care what y'all doing. I'm not missing this.
For those of you might have missed it, Bengals kicker Evan McPherson stayed out and watched the halftime show instead of going into the locker room with his team. So it's a power move. It's like, look, this is going to be the best halftime show of all time. I ain't missing this.
Not missing it.
I'm the kicker.
Yeah. I know.
But I don't need no rah-rah.
Yeah, I know what I need to do. Yeah.
Well, and don't forget, he had quite the year. He made 19 out of 19 field goals, so I guess he could earn that spot to do it.
Yeah.
Do you think he had to pass it off by somebody else? He's like special
Yeah.
teams coach. Like,
Yeah.
hey, man,
I don't think so.
you don't need me.
I don't think so.
He just didn't get
I
up
don't
and go
think
in.
he got up.
And they came out and they're like, where's Evan?
I think he just was just like, as soon as they moved everything, he acted like he was like practicing. Like, yeah, I just needed to get a jump when they move everything off the field.
We're going to segue into the NBA real quick. We're going to talk about trade deadline deals and what it means going forward. But if you want us to keep talking Super Bowl, I'll tell you what, 505-246-0610. Hit us up on the Sports Animal Hotline. Give us your hot takes or segue us back to talk about something different. You're listening to Dave and Buster's Presents 2 Men On, and we are on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
New Mexico Department of Game and Fish reminds you to tread lightly when operating an off-highway vehicle. Respect the rights of others, educate yourself about routes and weather conditions, and do your part to keep OHV recreation sustainable. Visit www.beforeyouride.com for more information. This report brought to you by the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish.
Crash cleanup going on northbound tramway at Indian School. Be careful going through there. Westbound on Paseo from I-25 all the way down to Coors. Very congested this afternoon. You may want to seek an alternate route there. Also, I-40 westbound from University to Rio Grande is moving slow, and southbound on I-25 Osuna to Montgomery, still seeing quite a bit of congestion there. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The LA Rams have won the 2022 football championship.
The Rams were built to win the Super Bowl, and they have sealed the deal.
Congratulations to the LA Rams.
I dreamed this, and it's like, it's surreal. Look at this, man. I feel amazing. Man.
Albuquerque's home for the Super Bowl and the NFL. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Jen, Happy New Year. It's so great to see you guys.
You too, Sarah.
I hope this isn't weird, but wow, Sam looks really good.
A little weird, but thanks.
Seriously, what's his secret?
He's taking Nugenics, and he loves it.
The testosterone booster you see on TV?
Yes, it's really amazing. I read up on it, and the patented key ingredient Testofen helps boost free testosterone levels to trim up and stay lean.
John's gotta try it.
He should. It's easy. Just text and get get a complimentary bottle. John will be happy you did. Nugenics helps increase lean muscle, so you feel stronger with more energy and endurance. And you'll like it too, if you know what I mean.
Ooh, how do I order again?
Just send them a text.
Text ARROW to 231231 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenics Total T, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenics Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ARROW to 231231. That's ARROW to 231231.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. That's ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
This hour of Two Men On brought to you by Bernalillo County DWI Prevention. Go to burncode.gov for more information.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Get Upside Gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code TIME for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your first fill up. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code TIME for up to 50 cents a gallon cash back on your first tank. That's code TIME.
Start your new year with a new space. Make your 2022 home projects happen with the home equity loan or line of credit from Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. You belong.
The University of New Mexico is committed to ensuring that residents of our state entering college for the first time can afford to pursue a bachelor's degree with the Lobo First Year Promise. Qualified first-time freshmen who have graduated from a New Mexico high school and have an annual family income of $50,000 or less will have base tuition and fees for full-time enrollment covered for the 22 to 23 academic year. Application deadline is March 1st. The Lobo First Year Promise at the University of New Mexico. Find out more at promise.unm.edu.
Is the clutter in your closet causing you unnecessary frustration? The organizing experts at Albuquerque Cabinet Brokers know a tidier home has transformative effects, returning control over your life. Our friendly team will transform your closet into one that's unique, luxurious, and yet affordable. Visit acbrokers.net or call 345-4331 to schedule your free consultation today. Albuquerque Cabinet Brokers, your happiness is our business. Closets, pantries, and storage solutions. Visit acbrokers.net for information.
The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach.
And back to you guys. You're up.
10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Did you get your Super Bowl fix, Albuquerque? We did 2 hours and 15 minutes straight of the Super Bowl, but I want to talk a little bit about the NBA trade deadline and what it looks like going forward. Congratulations to Ben Simmons, as I guess Philadelphia ruined his mental health, and the most stressful, hardest city to live in the world, New York City, apparently cures your mental health.
Well, they better have a cure for that jump shot, too.
Hey-o!
Because they're going to find out real quick. They got a short end of that stick, I believe.
So apparently Ben Simmons is in a good place mentally, and he's getting his body to the point where he can play a full NBA game, and he plans on joining the Nets as soon as possible.
Yeah.
That other side of the fence is a nice place, isn't it? The grass is greener. The city with no grass anywhere whatsoever. The grass is way greener over there.
Well, I'm looking here. Listen, I'm all for stories and the plots and the great, storylines and storytelling. They're trying to make sure that he debuts on March the 10th in the road game versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay, now if he did have any type of mental health issues, that's not the game to first come out to.
No.
Not at all.
Or the city to go to.
No.
And loyal listener, friend of the show, you know how seriously we take mental health here.
Right.
Ben Simmons, I think he fooled me. I hope his mental health is the issue and he's doing very well. But I think it was just a ploy to get out of town.
And it was, when you're serious about mental health, you don't want to say that.
Exactly.
At that time.
You know how hard it is for me to say that.
Right. But now that you see how this all played out,
yeah,
hearing him talk about it and, oh, this is a great fit. It's going to be phenomenal. Hold up, bruh.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the whole issue first. Just because you change cities and change teams doesn't mean that goes away, right?
No. No, it does not.
Nope.
And we'll see the way it plays out because I'm looking at the odds to win the NBA championship. The Brooklyn Nets were the favorite in the whole league, even over the Suns, even over Golden State. The Nets were still the favorite. Even with half a Kyrie and
not even a half
James Harden, less than half. They were still the favorites. But after this trade, losing James Harden,
right,
and having the uncertainty of Ben Simmons, is he going to be able to play? How's he going to fit on that team? They went from the most likely to win the championship to tied for third with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, I think another factor in that is they've lost 11 out of 12 games. They had lost, I want to say, 11 games in a row, 10 or 11 games in a row before this trade. So it wasn't like they were just, oh, we're doing good and we're adding a piece and taking out what we feel is a cancer. They just wasn't playing good. Kevin Durant's hurt. Kyrie, you can't even play him.
Harden 76ers doubled their chances
in
Vegas's eyes of winning a championship after that trade by going from plus 1,200 to plus 600. And if you don't understand how betting works, it's pretending you bet $100 on it. So it's basically 12. Their odds went from 12 to 1 to 6 to 1.
Harden couldn't wait to leave.
Yes.
First thing he says in the news conference for Philadelphia is, y'all know y'all are my first pick, right?
Shade.
I was trying to get here first.
Man, that's fire.
Who says that?
Well, James Harden.
He does. But I don't believe him.
He just had to throw shade because Kevin Durant didn't pick him with the last pick of the All-Star Game draft just to throw more shade at him.
Yeah.
So, of course, the next day he's got to fire back.
How I know it was shade was because he didn't even file his paperwork to opt in with the 76ers for next year in time. Who doesn't do that?
Yeah, I wanted to be here so bad. You guys were my first choice. You're not my first choice next year because I'm a free agent again.
It's all about getting paid for James Harden because he has to hit the strip clubs pretty heavy.
Well, when you say pretty heavy, what do you mean? Because he's heavy now?
That and he's making his pockets even heavier.
He's going to do just fine next year. He's going to be on the best possible team with the most possible money.
Yeah.
And he's not going to skip a meal for multiple reasons.
He doesn't care about championships. I don't think he cares.
I think underestimated part of that trade was getting Ben Simmons.
Okay.
He can ball. If he gets on the court, he can ball. But they got Seth Curry and Andre Drummond too. Those are both two very key role players for a good basketball team.
I don't see how Ben Simmons works with Kyrie now. People forget Kyrie didn't like playing with LeBron because LeBron had the ball all the time.
Right.
Simmons has to have the ball. He's not someone you could pass to and hope he makes a shot.
Well, the ball's gonna go through him about every other game because Kyrie can only play every other game. So Ben Simmons you're running the offense through Ben Simmons one night.
That makes sense.
The next night he's number 2.
Get his shine on.
Do you think he can handle that versatility?
Well, we'll see.
Who's your dark horse? Because to me, I'm just seeing all the shade thrown at the Milwaukee Bucks.
We saw them play firsthand.
Demolish the Lakers.
That team is good.
In Los Angeles.
That team is better than last year's team. They got the experience. They won the championship. I love the fact that they are under the radar right now.
Here they come again.
Most disrespected champs I've seen in a while. Nobody talks about them.
Champs, you got Giannis, who pound for pound, it's hard to go against a couple other guys, but Giannis, pound for pound, I think is the best player, most dominant player in the league.
Oh, most definitely.
Make your argument for LeBron all day. Make your argument for KD all day. Make your argument for Curry all day. Make your argument for Jokic. Statistically, he's like the best in the NBA, right?
Right.
If you go by possessions, if you go by he's the best in the league. So from the texter, absolutely no way I would have traded Harden. I would have traded Kyrie as a part-time player. Absolute joke. It's hard to disagree with that.
Yeah, but all teams know exactly what the friend of the show knows. So no team is going to trade for him.
Yeah, exactly.
They know that.
So it's going to be a good end of the year in the NBA. There's a lot of teams. I mean, there's a lot of teams who are involved in this year that I can't pick a favorite.
Speaking of the Lakers, I have a feeling my team won't even make the playoffs.
They're on the bubble right now.
If we do make it, we're one and done. That's it.
They just don't have the supporting cast. And then no one knows what to do with Russell Westbrook in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know what to do with him. Bench him.
Just have him eat up minutes and points when he's on the road and people need a break, and then just bench him in the playoffs.
Yeah. I can't believe the Lakers made no moves.
The Lakers did it. Oh, they were trying to.
Yeah, nobody wanted it.
No one wanted him. No one wants Westbrook.
No.
Nobody wants him.
Mm-mm.
The Lakers did it with a big 2. They didn't even need a big 3.
Right.
The Lakers had LeBron and AD and a ragtag bunch of role players that their coach could get the best out of. Why do you go away from that model to bring in one or two of your friends?
That's LeBron.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's LeBron's ego.
Hey, here's the problem. I think your Lakers are better than what the standings show. I think your Lakers are better than what the media says they are. They still got LeBron James. They still got AD. If they could figure out a way from Russell Westbrook to just chill out a little bit and be that dynamic playmaker when they need him, I think they'll be fine.
I think when you have Westbrook and LeBron on the same court together, there's problems. They don't know what to do.
They're ball dominant.
Yes.
That's the problem that the Nets will find out with Simmons if he ever gets to play with Kyrie.
If the Lakers can avoid the Suns and Warriors in the first round, I think they'll win their first series. And then who knows after that?
Not going to happen. They're in the cellar. They're going to play one of those teams and get blew out.
I don't know if you're like a reasonable, objective fan here, or you just got this self-hatred for your own team. I'm not sure what it is.
It's
both.
It's both. Why do you break up a team that won a championship?
That makes no sense to me.
That's the biggest arrogant thing you could do. And that's what LeBron did. He pushed for it. He was like, hey, this is my buddy. He's from LA. Let's bring him in. Let's get him a ring too. That's not how it works.
And you know what's messed up? We're up against a break here, and we're going to go back to Super Bowl talk. KD did the same thing and failed.
Yep.
The Nets experiment, unless him and Simmons turn out to be Batman and Robin, then this Nets experiment just failed. Yeah. Why doesn't KD get the same shade that LeBron gets when he does it?
Because he didn't name himself the king.
I mean, his last name's James. If he didn't say it, someone would have said Keem James.
Yeah, you got to let somebody else do that.
More Super Bowl talk when we get back. You're listening to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
The LA Rams have won the 2022 football championship.
The Rams were built to win the Super Bowl, and they have sealed the deal.
Congratulations to the LA Rams.
I dreamed this, and it's surreal. Look at this, man. I feel amazing. I feel amazing, man.
Albuquerque's home for the Super Bowl and the NFL. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The sports animal.
Did you know the average home loses 25 to 40% of heated and cooled air through cracks and crevices in the duct system? Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning offers the AeroSeal process to seal, reinforce, and energize your duct system. How about an average energy savings of 30% while drastically increasing your comfort? Call my friends at Daniels today and ask about AeroSeal for your home, 898-8860.
You want it right today. Get it done the Daniels way. Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Mesa Detection Agency is now hiring for level 1 and level 2 security guards. Full-time and part-time schedules are available, as well as optional overtime hours. With benefits and job security, you don't have to stress about not having a job. Tired of being just another number? Well, you don't have to. Here at Mesa, we are looking for individuals who are ready to work to be part of something greater in the community while working at our well-rounded, professional, and Class A properties throughout the Albuquerque area. Go to mesadetectionagency.com or call us at 505-221-4647.
The cost of living seems to go up every year, but Comfort Dental still offers $19 exam and x-rays for new patients, a $185 value, payment due at time of service. Comfort Dental accepts Medicaid and most insurance plans. Comfort Dental branded dental practices are independent franchises, owned and operated by state-licensed general dentists. For dentist contact info, go to comfortdental.com. With locations in Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Santa Fe, we'll be there when you need us. Comfort Dental.
See website for details on our 2-month subscription offer. Ladies, lose weight, improve your health, and eat great with Nutrisystem. Get our new premium meals with up to 30 grams of protein. They're big and filling and taste delicious. Plus, try our new restaurant faves that taste like your favorite restaurant, portioned with half the calories. Beef and bean burritos, toasted ravioli, sesame beef and broccoli. Easy to prepare and made in minutes. The secret? Advanced nutritional science that helps keep your blood sugar levels steady and you losing weight. With Nutrisystem, you get your breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and snacks all delivered right to your door. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off. You heard me right. Go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off all plans. Don't wait. This special offer will not last long. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off. Go to Nutrisystem.com/goals.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Get Upside Gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside?
Good evening, gentlemen.
25 cents a gallon cash back.
Not as good as you guys living all large in Los Angeles and such. I saw the pictures.
Dollars this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon.
20 seconds.
Use promo code TIME for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your first fill up. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code TIME for up to 50 cents a gallon cash back on your first tank. That's code TIME.
Wednesday on the opening drive, can the Lobos shock the Mountain West this week? And it's time to look forward to NFL draft and free agency. The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck starts at 7 a.m.
You listen to Dave and Buster's Presents Two Men On, and we are live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studios. I miss me some Pinon coffee when I was on the road. I learned a valuable lesson to bring New Mexico Pinon coffee with me when I travel. It doesn't weigh a lot, doesn't take up a lot of space, but has a special place in my heart. Congratulations to the state of Michigan and especially the city of Detroit, as your Detroit Lions win the first Super Bowl in your franchise's history on your home turf. You get the 32nd pick in this year's NFL draft, and the best-selling artist from your city performed at the halftime show. Congratulations, Detroit. Wait, what? None of that's true?
Nah.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry.
Feels like it.
I am so sorry, guys. Did I read this wrong?
Yeah, you did.
Didn't Eminem perform at halftime?
He did.
Didn't Matt Stafford win the Super Bowl?
He did.
Well, what did I miss here?
Whole different jersey.
Oh, crap. Okay. My bad. Apparently, that's fake news. But anyways, congratulations to Matthew Stafford. Congratulations to legions of Detroit Lions fans who get to at least by proxy win a Super Bowl with their old dude. I think Matt Stafford was always one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and Detroit just kept doing him dirty year after year after year. All-time active leader in getting sacked. He will soon be the all-time leader in getting sacked. But the first season that he gets out of Detroit, he's hoisting the Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah.
I feel like he's built a career that will get him into the Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
I think with this Super Bowl win,
come on, man,
Matthew Stafford is a surefire Hall of Famer.
Come on, man.
You do not feel that way,
they
Rob.
ain't just giving out yellow jackets like that, man. No, stop it. I do not believe it. For a few reasons.
Okay.
There's a lot of reasons.
Hit me.
First of all, it's a losing record.
Because of the Lions.
Hey, that's his career. That's
because of Matthew Stafford.
That's his career. We got to go by what we see, what we've seen. Has he been a great quarterback? Yes.
Okay.
But I don't think there's many losing record quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame. Another thing, he has no MVPs, zero, none.
How are you going to get MVPs when you're the quarterback for the Lions?
That's his career. No All-Pros, no All-Decade teams, one Pro Bowl. Did he win the MVP of the Super Bowl? Nope. So we're just going to throw a yellow jacket on him just because he threw for a bunch of yards because he was behind his whole career.
The greatest receiving season in the history of the NFL was by Calvin Johnson. Who was his quarterback?
I could have been his quarterback. That's Calvin Johnson.
The second greatest season in the history of wide receivers is this year by Cooper Kupp. Who was his quarterback?
Right. Also,
Matthew Stafford is number 12 all time in passing yards.
Okay.
He's number 11 all time in completions. He's number 12 all time in touchdowns. And now he has a Super Bowl ring. I think that's the resume to get him into Canton.
No. Nope. Because if we're going to say, hey, he played in Detroit, you could say that about those numbers as well. He was behind all of his career. This has been a great season for him, but you can't just put him in the Hall of Fame because he won the Super Bowl.
I can now. I mean, it's a resume builder, not just the Super Bowl. It's a resume builder. All right, let me tell you.
What else is on his resume, though?
Let me tell you some of the people that are behind Matthew Stafford in career touchdowns. John Elway, no doubt Hall of Famer. Russell Wilson, no doubt Hall of Famer.
All right.
Warren Moon, no doubt Hall of Famer.
Right.
Johnny Unitas, no doubt Hall of Famer. Joe Montana, no doubt Hall of Famer. These guys are all below him in all-time statistics.
Yeah.
But you still not sold?
No, because they were not behind their whole career like he was.
Not only does he have all these stats, not only did he win a Super Bowl, but his wife hit a guy with a pretzel. So like that's the resume builder right there that seals the deal for me.
If he doesn't play another down in the league, the only way he goes to the Hall of Fame is giving the speech for Cooper Kupp. That's it.
He plays one more year. He's going to move probably into the top 10 in touchdowns. If he plays 2 more years, okay, 1 more year, he'll get top 10 in touchdown. 2 more years, he'll be top 10 in yards. So this is a top 10 all-time guy. And trust me, I know, I hear you, NFL fan that's older than me. Oh, it's a different game. Stats didn't mean that much back then. I get it. So as far as passing yards, these are the people that are ahead of him.
Yeah.
John Elway, Aaron Rodgers, Eli Manning, Matt Ryan, Dan Marino, Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger, Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady.
Is Matt Ryan a Hall of Famer if he wins a Super Bowl?
Yes. Yeah, he might be without one. Matt Ryan is right next to the guy right ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Ryan is about to pass the closest prototype I have to him, Dan Marino.
Whoa, prototype to who?
Matt Ryan is Dan Marino.
Huh? What?
Yeah. Their statistics.
Yeah.
And welcome to the
That's
show.
the funniest thing I heard all night.
Welcome to the show, super producer Jeff St. Louis, who is looking at me like a maniac.
Yes.
I don't know all of this sports talk for which you speak, but thank you for letting me be here tonight.
Absolutely. It's good to have you. One of the best in the biz, and just an absolute light and absolute vision over there in that booth. And as soon as I compared Matt Ryan and Matthew Stafford to Dan Marino, I just got this death gaze on you that I haven't seen yet. So it's very impressive. The varsity of whatever we decide it's going to be when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Your business grow with custom printed sales and marketing materials. Now get 20% off custom printed signs, banners, and posters when you spend $75 or more. Offer ends 2/26. See staples.com/signage for details. Staples, the working and learning store. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores.
So did you guys actually show up to the Justin Bieber party?
Be pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous with Southern Recipe pork rinds. Ben Simmons and James Harden are in their new homes, and fans in Philly and Brooklyn are excited. But they'd be wise not to ignore history. James Harden played his way out of Houston and Brooklyn. As for Simmons, will he be better in a bigger market? When players get dealt, there seems to be instant amnesia about what happened on the last team. Hopefully some of the issues won't reappear. I'm Andrew Perlock.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Southern Recipe pork rinds have the bacony crunch you crave in a protein-packed, low-carb snack. They're the pork rind that tastes best for just about any event. Southern Recipe pork rinds are also low-sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen, so it's a no-brainer. Get through the daily grind with Southern Recipe pork rinds at southernrecipe.com today.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Available in the snack aisle at your local Winco today.
Ready for a new ride, but not sure where to start? Meet the tool that makes car shopping and financing easier. With Capital One Auto Navigator, you can find a car and get pre-qualified instantly. You'll get your real rate and monthly payment without even impacting your credit score. It's so simple, you might feel like you're taking the easy way out. That's because you are. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/Auto Navigator.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Get Upside Gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code TIME for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your first fill up. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code TIME for up to 50 cents a gallon cash back on your first tank. That's code TIME.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job
20 seconds.
quality candidate
20.
first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
There's only one Rome, and there's only one home for Rome.
Nice strategy, brah.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
What time is it?
Jeff St. Louis. You funky, funky dude. Look at this.
Spin Doctors.
What time is it? I think there's a Spin Doctors cover of Morris Day in the Time. Is that correct?
You got it.
Boom. I'm a big Morris Day in the Time guy.
Me too.
Love them. Isn't that okay? This is the biggest BS. I'm not talking about the BS show starring Buck B and Six. I'm talking about BS. Morris Day. I love Prince. Morris Day beat Prince in the Battle of the Bands.
Absolutely.
It wasn't even close. Morris Day won that competition.
Yes.
Prince deserves all the shine.
Yeah, because he's Prince.
Because he's Prince. But in that movie,
they were showmen, bro.
They got it wrong. Morris Day won the Battle of the Bands.
Yes, I agree.
I wish I would have been there to vote and advocate for my dude Morris Day. We wouldn't be here without our amazing partners and sponsors and loyal listener, friend of the show. As you know, the last segment of the show is the I-9 Varsity, and we're so fortunate to have I-9 Sports as a friend of the show. i9sports.com. Check out I-9 Sports 280. That is your Albuquerque League office. Go to League Office 280 at i9sports.com if you're an email guy, or you can just call them 505-312-4999. It's I-9 Sports, longtime OG friend of the show, and we just feel lucky to have him, you know? It's just an honor to be nominated, you know? All right, we didn't touch on Super Bowl commercials, so we're going to do like a diet varsity.
Okay.
We're just going to talk about the Super Bowl commercials.
Okay.
We won't do a classic varsity. The varsity will be back tomorrow. If you have our show timed and you just joined us for the varsity, I'm sorry, it's not a traditional varsity. We'll be back with it tomorrow. Number one on your list, what commercial jumped out to you?
I'd have to say it was the commercial with the tiny NFL legends jumping out of the TV.
That was dope, right?
I don't even know what they were selling, but that was a great commercial.
I'm not sure either. I can't remember what they were selling. Two things stood out to me. Number one, how cool of an idea that was.
Yes.
Video game characters jumping out and playing games live in your living room.
Yep.
The second thing that stood out to me is how dirty they did Lamar Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Oh, what were they trying to do with his poor face? The only thing they got right was the braids.
The braids, and then 90% of his face was his nose.
He looked like like an alien from Roswell just landed and crashed alien mixed with a praying mantis. Like, what are they doing to this poor guy? Oh,
the bad part is I knew exactly who it was.
Oh yeah, you're right, dude. They didn't need the jersey.
Nope.
They didn't need the jersey. They did them dirty, but it was close enough to know who it was.
Yep.
For me, the first one that stands out to me, and there's a few trends that we can discuss that made the commercial watching experience way different. The first one that really stood out to me was old LeBron and new LeBron.
Oh yeah.
The CGI on that was insane.
Yes.
The AI technology of young LeBron.
Yes.
You can show that commercial to somebody, not even like 20 years ago, just like 5 years ago. And like, look what we can do with AI and CGI. This is young LeBron James. This is young LeBron James.
That was him.
It was scary accurate.
Sitting right next to current LeBron James, having a conversation.
Did another one stand out to you?
Yeah, I got to do Cranky Zeus. Remember that?
That was good.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That was strong work.
That was nice. That one was funny. I like that one.
The Bud Light didn't have as big a presence as I expected, except for like the horse going to the glue factory commercial.
Yeah.
Except for that one, I really like the Flavor Town.
Oh,
like
yes.
The way Guy Fieri just completely leans into himself.
That needed Flavor Flav in it, though.
Yeah,
Flavor
Flav.
Flav.
That's what they needed.
Oh my gosh, Flavor Flav. What, the
Yes.
Secretary of State of Flavor Town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one more. The Amazon, where it was Scarlett Johansson and what's his name, Joust from Saturday Night Live.
See, I bet people in Albuquerque hated that because they no snitches. Snitches get stitches in Burke. They would have got
all
that
the business.
They would have got that Amazon Echo and just threw it up against the wall immediately. Get out of here, snitch.
That was a good one.
What about the Sopranos one?
That was strong. I mean, are they teasing a new generation, or did they just like? I haven't seen any news, and obviously, I mean, I haven't looked for news either. But I haven't seen like the next generation of the Sopranos coming out, except for that one throwback movie, which I thought was above average. Good, not great.
Did you see the QR code that just kind of was like bouncing in the
gosh.
screen? And it's like, what are you trying to advertise with that annoying thing?
Well, they expected everyone to be walking around a Super Bowl party and hold out their phones. I was like, I'm not clicking on it.
Yeah,
I'm not taking a picture.
Not at all.
I'm not doing it. I am not giving in.
I heard it crashed. I heard that people were who did scan it, it didn't work.
Oh, that is so funny. It just backfired on
Yeah.
them. I really don't have any more like big highlights.
No.
I'm a big Paul Rudd guy. So anytime I see Paul Rudd, I'm in. That was an above average commercial. But the big dogs really weren't represented. Like the Doritos didn't stand out. The Bud Light didn't stand out.
You know why? Because cryptocurrency bought up all the slots.
Dude, cryptocurrency and movie previews.
There we go.
That's all it was.
Yep.
Like the old school stuff. Like, I know it's a different political climate. I know it's a different client with race relations and sexual relations, and no one wants to be that guy to suck up all the negative attention. But the old school Super Bowl commercials, I think, died this year.
Yes.
I think this year is the pivot. We're going
Right.
to see stuff change. No scantily clad females, no trying to go after the strictly old white guy market.
Yeah.
And now that I'm 40, you're talking to me. But it was different. It's like more different than any other like set of commercials any year.
They got to get back to that because that's a part of the Super Bowl experience.
God, you want to have fun, right?
Yeah,
I want to laugh. I want to be wowed.
And it keeps people looking at the TV.
Yeah.
Because after a couple of commercials, I was tuned out. The game had to pull me back in.
Right.
That's what they're going to be missing.
What about the halftime show? What was your guys' take on that? Because on the other side, they didn't really like it too much.
Oh, you don't say. Other side of the glass, he means KKOB, Albuquerque's leader in news talk.
Personally, I loved it. I just thought
loved
Mary J. Blige needed a bigger part.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, they only let her get 2 songs off.
Yeah.
It wasn't even my 2 favorite, but I was still glad that she got at least 2 up there.
Yeah.
Me as a hip hop fan, is my number one of all time.
Yes,
Me,
most definitely.
me as like an objective observer who's ranking Super Bowls, I have it top 3 or 4. Make your case.
1 by far for me. I loved it.
1 and 1, right?
Yep. Both
Just like
sides.
hip hop, I mean, jazz and hip hop are the only uniquely American art forms.
There we go.
And obviously, you're not going to put jazz as the Super Bowl halftime show in its heyday. Because you remember, like, Super Bowl 3, like John Coltrane comes out here.
The hologram of Miles Davis.
Oh, God. There's been so much racial violence after that one. But luckily, the climate in this country, while not ideal, is better. And the cultural perception of hip hop and rap has changed enough to where this was a game changer.
Yeah, it was. This was the final step, like you said, because it's already come to the forefront, commercialized, popularity. It's taken over pop culture.
Yep.
So this was the final move. Had to be at the Super Bowl halftime.
Hip hop has the best Super Bowl halftime show. Hip hop has the best introduction to a movie. Watch Belly.
Oh.
Not saying it's a good movie all the way through, but it's got the best intro
Let's
to
watch
any
the
movie
intro
ever.
and turn it off.
Thank you for Rob Portnoy, voice of the Lobos, for joining us. Talk a little Lobos, but mostly talk Super Bowl. Thank you for Star TV and Radio, KOB TV's very own Brandon Ortega, for joining us. Talking a little Lobos, talking a little Super Bowl. Had a fun one the last couple days, man. And I didn't want to rub it in the faces of the loyal listener because we got a lot. It's like our compliments or our feedback from us being in Los Angeles was just completely bipolar.
Did you go to the Justin Bieber party or not?
We were invited.
We were invited
to the Justin Bieber party by Diplo.
But since he didn't go,
yeah,
we didn't go. And after seeing what happened there, I'm glad we didn't go.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Because a guy who looks like me is going to be a target after that party.
Yeah.
A guy who looks the exact polar opposite of Kodak Black is going to be the target for a lot of stray gunfire.
If you don't know what he looks like, just Google it.
Oh, my goodness. Think of like the real version of the Island Boys.
That's perfect right there. Perfect.
That is so funny.
Perfect.
We have some ghetto boys. All right, thank you for the callers. Thank you for the texters. We had so much fun today recapping the Super Bowl experience. We're not going to stop talking about it. It's still going to be in the news. We're going to talk about football going forward. I miss baseball so much. I can't wait to jump on this baseball train. Please, for the sake of my mental health and happiness, bust out of this lockout this week so we can start talking baseball.
Good luck.
Thank you for all of our Super Bowl partners and sponsors. We wouldn't be there without you. Teller Spirit, Safe House Distilling, OE Solar. Buck, who did you have go with you?
I had TCS. Thank you guys very much. 814 San Mateo. Also had TNT Apparel, their signature brand, the Black King, wore their apparel out there. Thank you guys for everything.
New Mexico Highlands and everyone else who helped support us out there in LA. Thank you so much. You've been listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Telling it like it is.
The right superstar is LeBron and Giannis and Chris Paul and Steph Curry. Kyrie is the worst